I don't fucking know, bro. Nine. Okay, I gotta give you a message in chat. Hello, guys. I'm gonna talk like penguins. Critical voice. Fucking hope. Okay, are we live? Okay, I gotta give you a message in chat. Wait, how is the critical voice talk? He talks like right here. Hey guys, so this person had something wetter than a noodle from the SpongeBob SquarePants. And, I don't know. That's how he talks? Wetter than Patrick's than SpongeBob SquarePants wet noodle underwater pencil. Should make a video like that. I just talk like that the whole time. Wait, is my Steam open? Oh no. What the fuck happened to my terminal? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, so beautiful. I love watching it. Look at all this. We're about to open that VTuber model, bros. What's my VTuber model? Ooh, ooh, get it. Ooh, ooh, get it. Whip it. Ooh, 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 kill it. Fucking no. I've only been VTubing for 546 hours. See, I'm basically a baby VTuber. That's not a long time. Whoa, what happened to my VTuber model? Yeah, load her up. The heck happened to her? Why did they unload my VTuber model? The fuck? Alright. Let's plug her in, guys. The fuck? My app like resets itself. Oh man, now I gotta fucking do all my settings again and calibrate it. Wait, what's my V ranger? Alright. Let's calibrate her. Alright. Okay. It's good. Ooh, my legs are so long. The fuck? Is it because there's a new proton layer or something? I don't freaking know. Okay. What the hell happened to that model? Yeah, I'm not gonna fucking set her up again. Okay, let's go to Steam. Alright. Oh my fucking god. Oh, you know what? It took me this long to realize that freaking OBS on Linux now has like keybinds. Yes, I had no idea. I thought it was never going to get implemented because of Wayland. Apparently, it's been implemented for a while now. Hey, did I even check my stream? Wait, let me. Did I set up my YouTube stream? Alright, alright. Okay, I updated my YouTube shit. It makes me update it every freaking time. It's so fucking annoying. Alright, now let's pull up the screen. Where we left off yesterday. Man, this server is always congested. I don't give a fuck.
There has been word from the capital. Ishgard has weathered another assault.
More fucking lore.
And 'tis
Oh my
said several
god.
wyverns broke through into the city proper. The temple knights succeeded in slaying the beasts, but the intrusion prompted orders to further strengthen the guard and to place the city under a perpetual state of alert. How keenly we feel the loss of our wards at the gates of judgment. Yet we must not bemoan our misfortune. Sir Emmerich is safely returned from Ul'dah, and once more leads the defense of Ishgard. As for the matter of your asylum, I am afraid no progress will be made until the threat to our nation is diminished. But do not despair. You are not without allies. You are more than welcome to shelter here for as long as you wish. Pray, think of it as a new headquarters of sorts. The Falling Snows, or some such. All frivolity aside, any who come here in search of you will receive no aid from House Fortom. For once, the Ishgardian reputation for inhospitality shall work in our favor. Agents of Ul'dah will find their every inquiry dismissed, and their every request for entry rebuffed, until such time as their masters have acknowledged your innocence.
Now you're about to start Heaven's War. Oh boy, really? About time. I was gonna mummify by that
the
time.
honor of my dear friend.
Can't believe we're
'Tis a
actually
blessing
there.
that I may now repay that debt in kind. But let us dwell no more on this. Pray, join the rest of your companions. 'Tis bitterly cold this day. I suspect there are those who might welcome the warmth your presence brings.
Am I gonna go 2 inches more when I go to Heaven's War? Oh boy, we're gonna go to Heaven's War. It's gonna be awesome. Is there gonna be a dragon there? Is there dragons in Heaven's War? Do dragons go to heaven? I like this Haru. She's the only Lalfell that doesn't annoy me. No, she's gonna cry. No. Don't cry. We must protect Tataru. If she dies, I'll be mad. That actually pissed me off at Tataru dies at one point. They're about to change the voice actors. Is it bad? I heard Asmongold say that he likes the old voice actor. I forgot what character he was talking about. But I know he says, oh, I like the other actor better. Like the original. I don't know who he was talking to because I did not know the names back then. And I still don't. I just know the cute ones. The cute ones and the ones that rub me the right way. Everyone else, not going to remember. I just give them names. Like Beefcake badass guy with a battle axe. That's the brown one that lost the arm. No, the new ones are good. Alright. Miyoki! Hello. Also, you missed the...
It's all my doing.
Yigiri face
I believed
reveal.
myself the only one who truly
Yugiri
understood
face
Eorzea's
reveal?
woes.
No, I already seen it
And look
before.
what
She
that
already had it off
arrogance has
before.
wrought.
The girl in the hoodie
I gave commands, influenced
that she used to have,
governments
like,
with
the
my
face cover. I
certainty.
already seen her face.
I treated the Crystal Braves and even the Scions
She had the
themselves
mask
as
taken off a
pawns in
couple
my
times,
great
actually.
scheme to save the realm.
Beefcake Battle Axe is
But
good
in
name.
my headlong rush into
Ruben.
imagined glory,
Ruben.
I paid no heed to the ground upon which I trod.
That sounds like Ruben. Makes
The
sense because he's
salvation
brown.
of Eorzea. What
Like-
was it that I
like
hoped
the
to
Reuben
achieve?
sandwich.
Did I believe that I could rid the realm of every danger and difficulty?
He's made of
that
whole
I could
grain
defeat
bread.
the Empire and the Ascians, and find homes for every refugee? Oh yes.
Dude, my
I
microphone
was
smells
so
good.
very clever. Become a guardian of Eorzea, I implored, and sat back to watch my perfect army cleanse the land of chaos.
Okay, why he sad?
It was all but a means to feed my own vanity.
He's over here
Only
spitting
when
like
all
some
is lost do I
Shakespearean
finally
shit.
realize the truth.
Oh, Alfina.
I don't understand British. Sorry. It was the accent. But yeah, this is Alfino's new voice actor. I don't mind it. He has like a Shakespearean voice.
So,
Well,
Master
why I
Alfio,
imagine Shakespearean
are you
things were,
content
but
to
when you
remain a
actually see the
broken
play, they
blade?
yell a lot.
Is there no flame hot enough to reforge you?
Oh yeah, I could tell.
What of the fine companions who yet stand at your side?
I like them.
I dare say the fires of their determination will soon have you slicing
I don't
the
like
air
the
again
voice for this
with your
guy, though.
customary wit.
I like the old one better. For this one, at least. The other one, this one, I
hardly
like it
deserve
better.
such friendship. And besides, where are we to go?
Alfino, if I may,
Oh.
should this place not
I'll
serve
be
our
honest, I don't
purpose,
even
then-
remember what her voice
then we
sounded
shall
like.
Go to discard. Minfilia told me many times, as long as we stand fast against despair, the beacon of hope will never be lost to sight.
Sounds like a guy making a girl
Be
voice.
it in the snow or in the clouds,
Bruh.
we few will see that the dawn's light shines again.
You know, like a really forced voice. Why is she always crying? She's always fucking crying.
You are right,
Oh my
Totoro.
god.
Thank you.
Where the Kleenex at?
And thank you for your kind words,
Only
Lord
had like
Bushfall.
2 lines in the original game. Well, that's probably why I don't remember her.
'Tis true that Eorzea yet has her guardians.
I don't remember her voice.
The Scions have achieved much, and 'twould be
The
remiss of me to
Scions.
discard it all in a fit of self-pity.
It's James on Team Rocket.
Let us then resume our journey, together, one
James.
step at a time.
Oh. I don't know why he reminds me of that. Oh. You poor peasant. Can I skip the credits for Will More? Uh, wait, are they gonna force me to? Yeah, I want to skip the credits. I don't want to read the credits. Okay, who we gonna kill? Is she spying? Is she evil? Is she gonna be a double agent?
All has been arranged as you desire.
I don't trust her. Credits roll. You can. Oh yeah, I skipped them. The fuck is wrong? Bro, they fucking lock my boy. Hashtag free beefcake. What he do? Like kill like one guy? Come on. It was just one guy. He not that bad. Oh look. Ubisoft work on this game. I was kidding. I don't know. It just looks like an assessing. I got through this part like a year ago or so ago, but then I had to stop so I could feed my cat. It's better now though. Pick it up again. What's that place called where all the elite millionaires go to? The Bohemian Groove? They're dressed like they're inside the Bohemian Groove. Wait, let me look it up. Bohemian Groove. Is it the Bohemian Groove? The Bohemian Groove. Yeah. Mass. What's the Bohemian Groove mask? Would they have like the long nose like that? Wait, let me look it up on my Bohemian. See, look. Let me show you. See, like the Bohemian Groove mask. You know that place where all the like millionaire elites go to control the world and shit? That's what it reminds me of. I got rid of my dirty bookmarks, so it shouldn't come out in the next video and make like last time. Oh, let me put this up again. Got rid of them dirty bookmarks. We don't need another bookmark to pop up in a reaction video that says Darth Talon gets gets stuffed by Darth Revan. We don't need that happening in the videos. You know what? When I was editing it, I thought about removing that clip, but it was so funny. One of my bookmarks showed up that I just left it and uploaded it to YouTube. That part only one person noticed in the comments.
Thou thinkest sanctuary lieth beyond. Delusion, despair, death.
I want to eat that dragon.
Find naught.
He looks like he tastes good. He's making my mouth water. We just kill him when he grows, and we can eat him. To reserve the dawn's light, the hero's journey's nerve. Their hearts are filled with hope and eyes fixed in heaven's ward. I don't fucking know, bro. That's why I imagine if a person was reading it, that's how I imagine they will read it. Are we gonna get a new map? Are we gonna get new cosmetics?
The dawn's light will shine again.
Oh, wow.
So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything.
He
You
probably
must go to
tastes like
Ishgard,
jerky.
as
Ooh.
Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things
Oh
right.
my.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Elf.
Well, they made him sound like that. This
Lord
guy.
Orchiffon,
Yeah. Wait, let me fix something with my KDE. Wait.
Full well do I understand your desire.
I want
to
my
clear
bar
your
to
names.
show. Did
But
the
now is not
Nvidia
the
fix
time
that
for
one
drastic
thing?
action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely.
Oh, it's
There
visible.
is no need to act alone.
Okay, let me see if Nvidia fixed it. If it doesn't flicker, because there is an issue where like, I don't know. I'm assuming since they like started fixing the decryptors, it shouldn't do it. But there is this weird thing that my stream or
Yes.
my recording
yes,
will
of
flicker
course.
on my Nvidia card because
Pray forgive my impatience.
I don't know what the fuck, why, but it tries to render. Like, it was something
I
about the
bring
taskbar and the
tidings.
screen at the
Count
same time,
Egmont
and
has
I
decreed
don't
that the
fucking
three of
know.
you be
I forgot the
taken in as
explanation. I
wards of
remember
House
discovering
Fortan.
it,
Under our patronage, you
finding
shall be
out at the
granted
time, made a
access to the
video
city
about it,
proper.
but I forgot exactly what was happening behind the
Pray,
scenes because it was a while
consider our
ago.
manor your new headquarters.
I
from
forgot
which
the
you may
exact
gather
reason, but I know it has
information
something to
and
do
plan
with
how best
Nvidia.
to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found,
I
as
know, I'm gonna react to
certain
my own
shall,
video.
they will of course
Kidding.
be welcome to join you
That was
there.
so confusing. There's some people that react to their own videos. That's kind of confusing. How can you react to yourself? Oh, you know what would be a mindfuck? If you're reacting to a guy reacting to you and you're reacting to them
You're
reacting to
more
you
than
within
generous,
a
my
video.
friend.
That's like breaking the
On
third
behalf of
wall
my
or some
fellows,
shit.
I humbly
Or the
accept
fourth-
your offer of
I don't fucking know.
hospitality.
A guy reacts to your video and you react about him reacting to your video.
The Count is a
While
good
reacting
man
to
and
yourself again.
just. He
Ooh,
will treat
that's
you
a
with the
mindfuck.
kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
What if like you watch a video that so many reacts that when you look into it, it
To
looks like a
Ishgard,
mirror
then.
of yourself and you just
Together.
keep getting tinier and tinier and tinier.
There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Here!
Some people hate react content. I actually kind of like it. I like seeing people's take. And you're getting like 3 different people's takes all at once. I'm like, bruh. It looks like a mirror, but it's kind of interesting. You're watching 3 people react to each other. And I'm just like, bruh. It's like watching people argue inside a on top of a desk with a bunch of people arguing with each other. It's like a react orgy. Yeah, that's how I'll describe it. Okay, I gotta stop talking. I won't shut the fuck up. Yeah, I barely talk through the whole day, and then when I get off stream, I can't stop talking. I'm just. Are we going to Ishgard? Oh no. Wait, I think I'm supposed to actually be going this way. Ooh, look, I'm fast as fuck, boy. Actually, I'm the same speed. Open the gate. I'm excited. What is it gonna look like? Ooh, this music. Let me put that shit up. Ooh, that music.
And so they came, at a friend's behest.
Ooh, that music. Listen to it.
Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption,
I like the narration.
with hope yet in their hearts, they came.
Okay, this looks really cool. We're gonna be heading to a new land.
To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus.
Kurthus.
A great and proud nation, devoted to Helone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and her companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
Yo. The heck? Ooh, the background music. Ooh. Ooh, I love the music in this expansion. That shit bangs. Ooh. Whoa, this like a new city or something? So I make this my home? I think so. Wait, I gotta discover all these. This little checkpoint things. Where is there downstairs? Yeah. Whole new continent to explore. Oh yeah. Whoa, this is so cool. They're like docks. I think that other one is downstairs here. What's it here? Where's the damn way shrine? Is it below here? Yeah, it has to be inside of here. Nope. Look at that. I'm fast as fuck. But yeah, the storytelling in Heavenfall is considerably better than Realm Reborn. I hope so. Realm Reborn wasn't bad, but I feel like it had a lot of stuff that just felt like it was dragging it out too much. Like, it dragged things too much. What's this? Is this a bounty board? Yeah. Look, it's a gatekeeper. Is there a gatekeeper here? Never mind. The pillars. Oh, so this is like the market area. Well, fuck you then. Rude. What's this thing? Retainer. Okay. And you get a huge sword too. They use Claymore as their weapon. Oh. Whoa. Look at that. That's so cool. That's a cool spear. Really awesome. Was honestly thinking about trying to get into this game. Might weigh on getting it after a new Sora Online. There's a Sora Online game coming out? Bro, I gotta get on that. When is that? Sora Online? Bro. Dude, if there's a Sora Online MMO, I'm gonna make sure I go on and kill as many players as I can so I can get the rat mark. So how you got the rat mark? Someone slipped and I happened to be there. The new Sora Online is explicitly not Kirito. Well, that's fine. As long as it's an MMO, I don't care if Kirito is in it or not. Whole complete story. I don't even mind it. I'm not gonna lie, getting to Realm Reborn was a little bit painful. It started to get good almost till the end, but that whole freaking story kind of like, it dragged on so much. But it got good close to the end. That's where all the drama started happening. And I was like, you know, like, it's called Echoes of Aincrad. I'm almost positive it's going to be single player based on the Aincrad story. Damn it! They gotta make it multiplayer so I can gank people. That's probably because MMOs are risky. I ain't gonna lie, if I was developing MMO, I probably will ball and grow white hair. That shit looks stressful. Okay. Yeah, I discovered this one. Yeah, I discover all of them now. Okay. Let's go to the quest now. Is this a store? What's in here? Can't go in. Gross. Rabbit. Wait, is there a spitting emoji in here? No, there's no spit emote. Is there a kick emote? Man, they don't have all the fun stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna clap. I'm fairly certain 90% of people that have watched Sword Art Online are saying the same thing. I'm a bit of
My
indifferent.
lord,
That should at least
I have returned
have
with the
co-op
Scions.
capabilities. Right. I believe that the Echoes like Endcrack game also has
I hope your
death
journey was
game
not too
mode,
taxing.
where it's hardcore one life. Ooh, I'll be into that.
I, Count Edmond de Fortomp, do bid you welcome.
Why does elf looks
As
like a
wards
samurai?
of House Fortomp, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
Okay, a little bit of role playing. We don't like elves.
My companions and
We're
I are
racist.
deeply honored, Count Forton.
We don't like elves.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for
Is
your
there
service to
racism in this
Ishtar.
game? That's the one thing I appreciate about Elder Scrolls game. The racism. It's like
Forgive
the
me,
elves.
my lord, but
Norse call
are
the
you not
elves milk
concerned?
drinkers.
To accept foreign
And,
guests
yeah.
at such a juncture, especially ones with our
And
reputation.
the Khajiits are always doing skooma.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies. Don't you think?
You're not a man, you're an elf. There, drop my race card.
Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Look, skooma is fun.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are
That's-
no less determined to carry on our work.
That's what George Floyd said. Orange, if
Full
you
glad am
buy
I to
Deluxe
hear it.
Ultimate
But
Edition,
before
you
you
get
return
access
to
to
your
Death
labors,
Game mode right
why not
off
take a
the bat.
tour of the
Otherwise,
city?
you have to beat the game first.
You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Ooh, the music changed. Ooh, what's this? No, 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 no. I don't like that helmet. Okay. This is below. This is not strong enough for me. Punky, you should watch the abridged version on YouTube. You'll change your mind real quick. Ooh, I'm getting hot. I don't know why. Finishing. Whew, it's getting hot in here. Ah, shit. Feels like I'm in the Middle East. Ah, crap, this thing won't come off. Okay, it came off. Okay, let me see if I... Gets colder in here if I have less layers of clothes. Okay, that feels much better. I'm not cooking myself now. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And they still talking? Fuck off. Hey, Sword Art Online was a pretty good. It was a pretty good anime. It got weird though in season 2. That's why I stopped. Was it season 2? It was like the one after he was in the shooting game. I think that was actually Sword Art Online 2. That one? Oh yeah, I did end up watching that one. But I didn't like it as the first one. I like the first one way better. Kirito, I think Kirito was like in a share and he was like all traumatized and shit. I remember something like he got traumatized and he was just spent all day sitting in the wheelchair or something. He was playing like 2 games. He was playing that other elf game that was kind of like Sword Art Online but more fantasy. That felt like Final Fantasy. And then he was playing that sniper game. And there was a guy killing people in real life or some shit. Because he was sending someone to their house and just poisoning them and giving them a heart attack or some shit. It was a while ago. I like the first one where it was like medieval and they all fell in a coma and shit. That was so cool. I'm like, bro, what if that actually happens? Gale Online was awesome. Gun Gale. What you want, hack? Bro. Look at that. With the dialogue. I'm gonna start aping out, I swear. I'm gonna simp out. Not that way, but like an actual simp. Come on, let's fuck something up already. It was part of Sword Art Online. Watch them turn Sword Art Online into a gacha game. It's gonna happen. You know it. There's gonna be some company in China that's gonna be like, hey, let's actually rent out the Sword Art Online IP and make it into a gacha game. They gotta make a proper Sword Online MMO. I'll play the shit out of that. Well, I think they kind of did, but it flopped, didn't it? I don't remember, right? I can't read, bro. I can't fucking read. I'm retarded. Actually, I can. I just don't. I just don't want to read a graphic novel. Sorry. I'm literally driving now, but when I'm in the park, my school. Oh, it's one of them spot bots. First of all, if you're driving, how you typing? That's the first thing. Second, how you gonna pull up when you don't even know where I live? Ha! Stupid. This is not Burger King. You can't pull up. Not a driveway. I swear, every bot, they have the same dialogue. Like when they spam in chat, it's almost the same phrases. So cringe. Stop. Wait, let me hit him with the hammer. There's Thanos cock. Yeah, he got hit with the Thanos cock. I'll admit, guys, I never beat Pragmata. I got bored of the game. I know people are hyping the Pragmata is good and I did enjoy the gameplay, but I got bored real quick. Cause there was like, I liked the gameplay. The story was getting good, but I don't know. There was like I guess the game was trying to make me feel emotional about something, but I just wasn't feeling it. Cause like, it's like, so it was trying to touch into like emotional things, but it's a clanker, so I have like no emotions because I know it's just a freaking machine that gets assigned a numeric value to simulate a freaking emotion. So I'm just sitting here like blinking like, okay, do I care about a clanker? Now, Exposition 33, that game had me crying from the beginning. When he's like holding his wife or whatever, and then the song is playing, and it's time for the tree thing to do his thing every year, and then she's all scared and shit, and then she starts disintegrating. That shit had me in tears within the few minutes of the game. Now, Exposition 33, that game, whew, I might go out and play it again. Now, that game had me in tears. And then the music set like the atmosphere. Like the music even made it even better. It like set like the atmosphere too. And like the music was so beautiful, but it was like set, we kind of like tap into your emotions even more than what you're seeing on front of the screen. And like the atmosphere too, everything looks all gloomy and stuff, and everyone is scared. And then you see like all the kids freaking afraid that their parents gonna disintegrate and shit. Bruh, that game got to me. That was an emotional ass game. Now that game, I felt something. But Pragmata, I was just like, bro, it's a clanker. I tried to get into it. Like, I like the gameplay, but I don't know. I'm really biased against clankers. New York is big state. It will be hard to find you, but it's not impossible. New York State is big, but it's not that. It's New York State, not New York City. I think New York City is actually smaller than us. Is it? Look, let me tell you what New York State looks like. Where's in the map? Anyway, it looks like this. Well. Okay, let's look this up. Where am I? Show me a picture of the name of the cities. Damn. I don't even know these places exist. Oh, that's because... Oh, those like the regions. I'm in this region right here. Wait, my mouse is not showing. How I put show cursor? Okay, is my mouse showing? You guys see my mouse? Anyways, my mouse is not showing, boys. Anyway, I'm on the part that says Erie. That whole region, that's where I'm at. Now go ahead and talk to me. I got cursor disable. I don't know how to enable it. No mouse. Oh boy. Alright. Alright. Back to the game. I had no idea there were so many like counties in there. God damn. That's a lot of fucking counties. You know why I don't know that? Because I don't go outside unless it's for work. Going outside to me, it's like what vegetables are for hogs. They just go like, and then they just run away. Actually, I've never tried to feed a hog vegetables, so I wouldn't know. You like the ASMR? Wait, what does pirate software sound like?
I've worked 7 years Blizzard.
I don't fucking know. He does like that weird voice. No, I sounded more like Critical Moist. When do I get to pound some twerps? What's this? No, why the fuck would I want to put that on? No, I take the go. Or the gill. Oh, I'm burpy. It's because I keep drinking soda. I feel like I'm in church with that organ. Wait, is that organ? You know, like the thing that looks like a piano with the pipes? Cause it sounds like a body part too, like organ, like organ. I don't know. English is difficult, okay? El oregano. What if I opened the stream one day, I just talk Spanish, and every time you guys spoke English to me, I was just reply in Spanish. Yo! What the fuck? That looks so cool. What the fuck? Yo, look at that. There's like floating pieces of land.
Upon an airship, conceived within the fecund mind of Sid Garland, renegade prodigy of Garlemald, who had come to call Eorzea home.
Yo, the maps look so much better.
High into the heavens,
Wait, I gotta
the
put on a
isles of
t-shirt.
earth and stone
I wanna
floated
put a
as
Tina
clouds.
shirt on. Because I got
A
like my Linux
frontier the
hoodie
knights
on.
of Ishgard
and
had
I'm cooking
scarce
myself.
begun to explore. To a fledgling outpost, within the sea of clouds, where careworn scouts ever scanned the skies for winged shadows, she came.
Okay, all I found was a Slipknot shirt and a Blink-182 shirt that had that cap from Alice in Wonderland. Ugh, this shirt is so tight on me. I haven't worn it since high school. God damn, I gained some weight. Damn, I used to be this skinny while I was in school. Sheesh. Whoa. Dude, I gotta lose more weight. I'm not fat, but like, why is it so tight? How much skinnier was I? Bro. What's my chocobo? Yeah, where my chocobo at? Come on. Oh, I can't fly. We'll walk there. Fuck. Ooh, why is it still hot in here? What the fuck?
I miss flying. But let's fuck this thing up. Didn't even stand a chance. Yeah, come here. Pull that one too. Yeah. You only have 10 Walmarts in your country. That's because they're closing them out. Because it's ran by retards. The people that run those places are fucking retards and they don't use fucking common sense. People in New York State have the brain of a fucking pea. They don't know how to run a business and they put new rules and restrictions that don't make fucking sense, and they fucking hire a bunch of illegals so they can exploit them, and then the illegals take advantage of the system. Motherfuckers know how to speak English and understand, but they pretend they don't, and they do shit around on purpose. And instead of firing them because they're Middle Easterns, they get special privileges, so they do what the fuck they want. Like, we had one Middle Eastern that he smacked another co-worker and he got away with it. Motherfucker tried to say that's how they say hi in fucking Iran. No, it's not. That's a fucking lie. And I proved it, and they still kept him. Because he works as many hours as they asked him. And they pay him like shit. About to get political, bro. It's true. We have ice raids there. We have ice raids there like every I'll say like every 4 or 6 months we have another ice raid. But I'm guessing they're gonna stop doing it ever since the president said that they're gonna stop deporting people now because apparently it's unpopular. So I'm assuming they're gonna stop doing that. Oh, and they have like fucking connections with Palantir and shit. And they fucking stink. The majority of them. What you got? What? What are you hiding? No! Yo, what the heck? This is so cool. You. Wait, let me check. Do I have any React content? In case I want to watch something later. Wait, what do I have in my playlist? I got a playlist of a bunch of shit I want to watch, but I haven't watched yet. I'm just... Anything interesting here? Oh, look, Linux content. You guys want to watch some Linux content / gaming? You guys want to shit on Windows? You know what? I do want to shit on Windows. Let me mute that game. Let's shit on Windows. I'm not in the mood for it. Later. Save it for later. Oh wait, I forgot I can't fly now. Yeah. Cause I think it's by region. You gotta collect like certain things in an area, like checkpoints and shit, before you could actually fly again. For region or something. Sure, why not? Okay, we'll watch it then. I'm always down for shitting on Windows. I'm basically a bird. You know how birds always shit in your car exactly when you just wash it? Like, you just get done washing your car. Fast forward a little bit. Alright. No, this wasn't the video. Was it?
Majority of general PC users don't work being, you know, I would.
Okay. Here we go. Actually, that should be the intro. Hey, so you guys know when you just finish washing your car, like you just nearly washed your car. You went into a car wash, you got your little wax and everything, and then a bird just fucking comes and shit over it, and then a whole fucking gang of gangster ass birds just come in and shit on top of your car. Well, that's Microsoft Windows for your operating system. So let's get ready for this one.
I was thinking about this the other day. If everything goes according to plan, if everything lines up the way it's supposed to, and if Microsoft and Xbox can get their ducks in a row, we could be seeing probably one of the biggest comebacks in video game history, period. Now look, I'm not being hyperbolic about this, trust me, I promise. The thing is, we have been witnessing what's been happening with Microsoft and Xbox for the past few years.
It's not gonna change.
And more recently, what's been happening with Windows.
I think the point he's going to be made is basically that Microsoft said that they're gonna fix Windows, quote, fix Windows K12 or some shit like that.
Specifically, people really don't like Windows 11. myself included, and many other users are in fact looking for other places to go, namely Linux, with options like Bazite, Catchy, and even SteamOS coming around the pipeline very soon.
Wait, they got commercials for Windows? I mean, for Linux? The fuck? Oh, because
for desktop
the
users,
framework
we are
laptops?
watching actual proper competition in the operating system space move forward and be better for gamers overall, removing the AI, getting rid of the bloat, the telemetry, the garbage, everything that makes Windows a drag to use. And the funniest part about this, I think Microsoft has been getting their ducks in a row to finally fix those issues, not only because of Project Helix coming out relatively soon, probably within the next year, but also because Steam and Linux themselves have been...
They're not gonna fix that. Okay. I'm excuse me. Linux men talking. I was kidding. I don't know. So basically, Windows said that they were gonna fix it for like gamers with like removing the blow and the whole fucking shebang. They're saying this, but they don't actually mean it. So Microsoft actually done this before. So during the Windows 8 era, people hated Windows 8. Nobody liked fucking Windows 8. It was so freaking bad. And basically, they did this thing where they ended up re-releasing it under Windows 8.1, and that was another shit show on its own, and nothing really changed. This whole thing is basically a campaign because Microsoft know that they have a bad reputation on Windows 11, so they're gonna basically be running this damage control campaign, and they're gonna pretend they're gonna, yeah, we're gonna fix it, just so they could get people momentarily to stop talking smack about Windows, so then they could just feed you the same slop. They've done this before already. By the way, do you know that Windows 8 is actually what pushed me to Linux? Yep. Back in 2012, I remember I was a Windows 11 user. I used Windows, I think it was like 3, was it? Anyway, I remember mostly XP, Vista, 95. And what else did I use? Oh, and Windows 7. Windows 8, it was like, after Windows 7, like Windows 7 Ultimate, I was like, yeah, well, I mean, eventually they're going to discontinue support for Windows 7. So I'm like, I might as well look towards something. And then I found Linux. And yeah.
Encroaching onto the spaces that Microsoft
K2. It's called K2.
Dominated for quite some time.
It's a trap. Wait. Let me bring up the Star Wars. Star Wars is a trap. Here, the meme.
Look as falls.
This is spooky. I mean,
Us if they don't. I got no. Hold on.
Green Goop, skip across the holding.
Okay, I'm not playing the whole thing.
Linux, a free open software system running in and encroaching onto the enterprise scene and also the gaming scene as well. Remember, Microsoft dropped Windows 10 support, and a huge user base on Steam still use Windows 10. A veritable bevy of people ready to jump ship to Catchy OS or even SteamOS that Microsoft could lose right off the board. But
yeah, I doubt most people are going to. I've seen a lot of people that complain about Linux, even though it's like easy now. Like there's even a freaking built-in app store. People are gonna bitch. You can make things as simple as you can make an operating system super simple, like one click button to download an application, and people will complain that it's too hard.
Reality is this: there are two specific through lines that are connecting everything together as to why Microsoft is making a massive play, not only against PlayStation.
I personally think that people just don't like admitting that they're wrong. Because I remember this whole guy in the comment section made a whole thing how it was hard and stuff, and then I made a follow-up video how easy it is and how certain operating systems already have, like certain Linux distribution already have the freaking app store built in with the Flatpak enable, and then he came out with another excuse. I'm like, no, you just don't.
And Nintendo, but also against Valve, Steam, and
because like the thing is, okay, so here's the thing, what I think about SteamOS. So I've already said before the SteamOS is mostly for the desktop. It's not for the desktop, it's for their Steam machines and their Steam Decks and stuff. And right now, since it's optimized for the Steam Deck, SteamOS is mostly optimized for 1280 by 720 gaming. And I don't know if people are getting the idea that SteamOS is going to be better for desktop because now it's going to be optimized for 1080p gaming. But you got to keep in mind, it's still being optimized for the parts that the Steam machine is going to run. It's not going to be desktop. Can you run it on a desktop? Technically, but you're going to have issues. One of the particular issues what I've gotten when I actually tried it and people were running it, and I was like, what the fuck? It was screen flickers. There was a bunch of screen flickers and a lot of weird bugs with it. Okay, it's not going to come for desktop. I mean, Valve said it's not out of the table completely, but the priority is their hardware.
SteamOS. Here's the first one, Project Helix. This is a PC console hybrid that's supposed to be using Windows as its actual base. And a lot of console gamers...
Nah, that's already dead. So I've actually heard about this. So basically, that new CEO said that they're actually going to integrate AI with pretty much this whole project. So if you're in a game and you don't know what's happening in the story, you put the quest name or you ask the AI what's happening in the story, and the AI is going to catch you up with what's going on. So they're actually going to be sticking AI and Copilot into it, or some version of it. And they're also talking about implementing it into the Xbox app. And now, yes, there's ways where you could debloat it and remove the AI from an operating system while having too many issues. But if they actually do end up building it into the Xbox app or something, that sort of area, if you remove it, it's definitely going to break the story, because that's just Microsoft, how they are. If they put it within an app and you remove it, it's going to cost the app to actually break.
Do not want to deal with the bloat, the extra programs, and all the updates.
Print unlimited money. Hi. Juice prints unlimited money too. Hi. I like that username. Hello.
On Windows right now. That was one of the big issues with the Xbox ROG Ally X review, where so many reviewers...
Bro, this YouTuber is the biggest Xbox
on Windows
Microsoft
right now.
fan. Well, not Microsoft, but like, he's like an Xbox fanboy.
ROG Ally X review, where so many reviewers were saying they were stuck updating inconsequential apps that didn't need to be updated. Things like Microsoft Teams or Outlook or anything else like that. And that causes a big problem for a lot of casual gamers and users that just simply don't know how to...
Can you imagine someone attending to a Microsoft Team meeting for work in a handout?
Right-click something and then click uninstall. I guess that's too much for some people. I don't know. The second...
Clicking uninstall is too much for some people. See, this is what I've been telling you guys, that you can make things as easy as they can. You'll see someone, they'll complain about it saying, oh, it's too hard, even if you make it one click away. We're entering in a whole new era of lazy. Like, I don't know, the gamers this era are built so different compared to like the ones from our generation. Video on Discord general. All right, I'll check it out. I sent a video. Do you want me to react to that one?
Thing that is causing this to happen is the fact that Microsoft is now redoing everything of what's been going on with their AI structure. We've been seeing really small, intricate pieces happen where Microsoft is removing specific Copilot icons, making AI less of a massive focus, and pulling back a lot of the decisions they made because they were trying to push AI to the forefront. It could be...
Do you guys remember when Microsoft pulled out of Snapchat? Because people, oh my god, people were so mad of Snapchat.
The bubble is popping, or it could also be that the fact that nobody really uses Copilot and
oh no, it was recall.
Really doing the right
yeah,
thing.
It was recall.
That's best for the actual user overall, and feedback has not been great, and also people don't like Copilot, and Microsoft has a lot of work to do on that space as well. Yikes. So if Microsoft sees what's going to happen in the future and they're trying to double down and guarantee actual revenue coming back into the company and not having a user base being lost to an open source software like Linux, we are literally witnessing the very beginning of what I would be calling the platform wars, which is exactly what people are not in fact expecting to happen right now.
I mean, yeah, the platforms war being in freaking progress for a while.
And if you want even more cleaner insight as to why Microsoft may be scrambling, check this out. According to Insider Gaming, Xbox revenue falls in latest Microsoft earnings report, with Tom Warren tweeting this: Microsoft's Q3 2026 fiscal earnings, Windows and OEM devices revenue down 2%.
Yeah, talking about OEMs. So I forgot what company it was. I forgot what company, but there was a manufacturer that was shipping Windows, and they actually completely an OEM manufacturer that actually completely pulled out of Windows because they were having an issue where people were returning the computers. They were returning the computers because Windows was causing too many problems, and instead of like being able to contact Microsoft or troubleshoot, the company Microsoft actually made that the company that was actually selling these computers to actually be the ones to actually hand the customer support instead of being them, because the operating system was what was causing issues, and they pull out completely from it, and now they're shipping like Ubuntu, Basite, and some other, I forgot what other distribution, but they completely pull out of the Windows ecosystem.
Gaming revenue.
Oh, it was HP. HP? Isn't HP owned by them? The fuck?
Down 7%. Xbox.
Wait, maybe not.
Content.
You know what my dad used to say that HP stand for? Because my dad, he's like a computer guy. He used to say that HP stands in Spanish stands for hija de la gran puta. I mean, daughter of a whore, but as in an insult way. Like those computers are difficult. Not difficult, but he said they give a lot of problems.
Services revenue.
His conspiracy was that they were made with cheap parts. But that was back then. I don't know now.
Down 5%. Xbox hardware revenue down 33%. There's a couple of things I want you guys to look at when seeing this tweet by Tom Warren, and it's not the Xbox hardware revenue being down by 55%. Even though that seems incredibly shocking, what you're seeing is that decrease happen over time after these past 6 years. The points that I want you guys to look at are going to be,
I mean, there's a lot of investors. There's investors that been pulling out of Windows ever since Windows 8. Like, they have millions and millions they lost. There's a lot of investor I think it was actually 2015, ever since like 2015 or 2014. I don't remember exactly the date, but they've lost millions with investors just pulling out.
The Windows OEM devices revenue down 2%. Gaming revenue down 7%, and the Xbox content and services revenue down being 5%. And you're saying to yourself, Alex, those are single-digit percent.
Actually, for a company that big, that single-digit number is actually in the millions, probably.
Points. Why would this be a massive problem overall compared to the Xbox hardware being down? Well, here's the kicker. Windows OEM and device revenue is massive for Microsoft. Think about it this way. They don't want to lose any share whatsoever in their operating system. Your OEM, your Windows device, they want to make sure that every PC comes with Windows, not Linux, not Basite, not Catchy, and definitely not SteamOS.
Basically, this whole thing just looks like a whole PR campaign that they're running to get investors to actually get back. They're just like, they're putting the leggings on, and they're you know that scene in Shrek where the one dude, he put like the leggings up and then he put like his leg to make it look like a lady's leg, and he went like woohoo, and then the guys came back and they kicked their ass. That's literally what Microsoft is doing.
Any reduction in their actual OEM pipeline or device revenue is not a good thing overall, especially on the PC side. On top of that, gaming revenue as well
I don't really think nothing's gonna change. They've already done this. It's gonna be more of the same. Okay, I'll check out your video. All right. So, you said Discord? Discord. Wait. Why is Discord not letting me? So Discord is not letting me fucking open the app? Is it because I have a VPN on? I'm not turning off my VPN. You can kiss my ass. Okay. Okay, what's going on with Discord? Yeah, Discord is not letting me enter because I have a VPN on. Webcore? Okay, we're using Webcore then. The fuck, this is not working either. Can you send it on Fluxer? Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so I'm gonna check Fluxer. Do you post it on there? Check. God damn it. Okay, so. Huh? Okay, what if I use the flat pack version? I don't want to use the flat pack version, but I use this one if I have to. Wait, since when are they allowing proprietary software under? Since when do they allow proprietary software inside of Flatpak? I thought that was only open source applications. When did that happen? Wow, what the fuck? What's this squaring here? I thought that was proprietary. Okay, for some reason the native one broke, so I'm just gonna use the Flatpak or whatever. All right. All right.
Fool me.
All right. So this is the video. Okay, let's watch this. Let's watch this. What happened to my screen? Okay, this is the video. So. Okay.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. It would be nice if people remembered that, especially when it comes to big tech corporations like Microsoft. Windows K2 has just been announced, and with it comes a lot of promises from Microsoft to make.
It's like I said again, like all this is literally just a PR. It's like a PR. It's like a. They're basically trying to minimize the PR damage that Windows 11 has done. Like they've already done this with Windows 8. Like there was Windows 8 and there was Windows 8.1 and it still was shit. This whole thing, it reads to me like a PR campaign to minimize the damage that is already done.
Things better. But some people might forget that Microsoft has done this song and dance before. Since the turn of the century, Microsoft's Windows releases have followed a similar cadence. Windows XP was great, Windows Vista was horrible, Windows 7 was great, Windows 8 was horrible, and Windows 10 was...
Windows 10 was complicated. It was okay. It was an okay operating system. But then I don't know where they started pushing telemetry and shit. And then didn't they have like a whole change of CEOs and stuff? And then they started pushing telemetry and all this fucking bullshit. And the other thing with Windows 11 is that Windows 11 does this thing now that they've managed to actually hide certain services that you can't regularly see through the task manager. So there's these services that are they're constantly taking data and send it to Microsoft without you actually noticing it. So it constantly sends data back to Microsoft. And you don't even know. And they should sell that shit. They sell all your data and it's there's so many there's even applications. And the other thing is like there's certain applications you'll close them for the task manager and they literally reopen themselves again even after you kill the task.
Well, it's a bit complicated because around the time of Windows 10's release, we had a...
Like the only way, I swear, this is a solution I always use for everything. The only way to actually kill a service fully is by setting it with an HK value. I know I say that a lot about Windows, but I remember when I used to use Windows, I used to use that shit so much for everything. So it wouldn't install itself again or start again.
Change of CEOs. What started out as a very strong release of Windows, clearly following the Windows pattern, slowly degraded into some of the worst slop you've ever seen. But if we're following the Windows pattern, then this should have been one of the good ones. So what gives? Satya Nadella. That's what. You know, the guy who wants us all to close our eyes and just pretend that AI isn't slop. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the guy was like, stop bullying AI, you're being mean, I'm getting tired of this AI, people calling it AI slop.
And then he started banning people in Microsoft's Discord server for calling him Microslop. So you guys are being mean.
That guy. We've gone into a lot more detail in the history of Microsoft CEOs in another video, but all you really need to know is this. When Satya took over, everything went downhill. Every single product from Microsoft got worse. That is, except the shares of Microsoft, which went up. So it was only natural that Windows 11 would be an even bigger travesty. But again, you might be thinking, if we're following the Windows pattern, Windows 11 being bad is fine, because that means...
You know what's the difference? Windows 10, it had a little bit of a rocky launch when it first launched. But the difference is that when Windows 10, they have some problems. But with time, it actually got better. Windows 11, on the other hand, it had a horrible launch. And it never really got better.
Means that K2 will be good, right? Firstly, K2 is not a new release of Windows. It's an internal promise by Microsoft to make Windows 11.
You know what's the thing that frustrates me too? That Microsoft decided to put AI into their operating system, but they didn't just choose any AI. They had to go for OpenAI, the people that made ChatGPT. That's one of the worst AI you could ever use. And yes, there's the invasiveness and all that, but like, if you're gonna do it, at least couldn't you use something better at least? Like, sheesh. Even from that perspective, roasting them, they make it so easy. What was it? It was like GPT 2 or something like that.
Better. And I say internal because there's a reason that everyone in the press is talking about this release. Because this is a typical Microsoft move, and they've done it before. Remember Windows 8? After enormous backlash.
I remember. Windows 8 is what made me install Arch.
backlash widespread all over the world from how bad Windows 8 was, and so many people refusing to upgrade and staying on Windows 7, Microsoft got hard at work on Windows 8.1. But the damage was already done, and Windows 8 goes right alongside Windows Vista as one of the worst Microsoft products.
Dude, I saw Windows 8 and Vista, those two have the worst reputation. But when it comes, I hate 8. 8 was so fucking weird. It's like the whole device felt like they were trying to make it for a touchscreen. Like, how many people do you see around that actually use a touchscreen laptop? Almost no one. Unless you're an animator or like you like to draw, you're not going to use a touchscreen. Like, no. It had like this weird Xbox 360 UI. I'm like, that doesn't work. That's just And didn't they make like the, what was it, the Windows phones? That shit didn't go nowhere, because by the time that Microsoft actually decided to actually jump into the mobile market, it was already too late. Like, Apple was really way ahead, and so was BlackBerry, and then came Android. Like, they were so behind the race. They always do this thing where they jump into a race when it's already too late, and like everyone else has beaten them, and then they're like, oh, okay, now it's valuable. And it's not like there's not developers that are like, hey, we should actually do this ahead of time. They're like, nah, they're not gonna beat us. We're powerful. And yeah, that happens. They also had an MP3
ever released.
They limited GPT. That's why it sucks. I mean, GPT sucks in general. That thing hallucinates more than my schizo mother. I was kidding. My mom is not a schizo.
Windows 11.
That's my wife.
Which is exactly what's likely to happen with K2. Perhaps it's a Windows 11.1. Let's look at some of the things that Microsoft is promising it will fix. There apparently will be a focus on performance, reliability, and craft. But don't you find it really odd that Microsoft wasn't considering those things during the entire release cycle?
Because they're still not considering. This is just a campaign to fix their bad PR. And then they're just gonna feed you slop again. They've done this before so many times. Yeah, Vista would require too much resources. Yeah.
Of Windows 11? We've gotten to a point now where File Explorer stopped working, one of the most basic functions of any operating system.
I think I heard a while ago that people actually want to bring Dolphin File Manager to Windows. I still don't know if that's still on the table, but I heard that they wanted to do that.
Whether it be macOS or any distribution of Linux, a File Explorer-like system is basic computer 101. And Microsoft found a way to break it.
He codes.
In fact, the entire theme of Windows 10 going into Windows 11 seems to be things that were working perfectly fine before are now broken. Take the ads in the start menu, for instance. Or how about local accounts? Again, something that macOS and almost every single Linux distribution can do, yet Microsoft...
Actually, every Linux distribution can do that. I think Ubuntu at one point try to make it where you have to be online to actually log in, but then they removed that after the backlash. I think it was Ubuntu. I'm not too sure.
Microsoft deems
I know
it
someone
impossible,
got backlash for it.
Even though it was on every single release of Windows before Windows 11. So what were all the developers at Microsoft instructed to do for the past decade?
Windows had a BSD. Was it MSBSD? I think it was. Was it that? I remember Windows was MS something, I remember. Like way before.
If not,
hello, Secret Fox.
Fixing Windows and making things better. Turning everything into a subscription service, and anything that wasn't a subscription service gets turned into an ad for said subscription.
Now, this I agree with. You gotta milk them the fuck out. Microsoft, you know those farms and cows that you own? Keep milking the fuck out of them. Keep milking them. Keep milking them. That's good advertisement. See, Linux is not even freaking paying for advertisement. It's all being paid by Microsoft donations. You know, when did Microsoft get so nice to open source?
Subscription service. That's what they've been doing. But more recently, the push into Satya's AI fetish has been the #1 factor destroying Windows. So now we're all meant to believe that Satya is getting the professional help he needs.
Satya sounds like a woman's name. How much you bet he got bullied in school? Satya? Satyana. There it is. Satyana. Bust down, Satyana.
Needs to get over AI. Suddenly, we're all supposed to believe that the company is changing tactics.
I believe Windows will break if they put Dolphin on their system. Good. Let it break. Nah, Windows doesn't need Dolphin File Manager for that. They already do that on their own. I believe Windows will break. It does. Sounds like Katya.
Big companies are like
Kaya.
big ships. If they're going very fast in one direction, it takes a lot of effort for that ship to change course.
You mean two direction? Because a while ago, they wanted to actually split Windows into two different versions. They wanted to have a whole build to focus on ARM CPUs and agentic workflows, and then wanted to like the regular user for like the gamers and stuff. And then they got asked, so if the regular user is still going to have AI? And they basically said, yeah, it's still going to be AI, but they supposedly is not going to be as aggressively pushed away, which it's a lie. It's still in there. It's still in your freaking text editor or notepad. I think that's what they call it in Windows. Where's the shock collar?
Especially when it seems to be a complete one.
No, he doesn't need a shock collar. See, what he does, he takes his Windows developers and he actually puts them in shock collars, and every time they don't put enough AI below, he shocks them. He's like, more AI.
80. And this lends to the idea that perhaps all of this K2 talk is just talk. Now, if we turn our attention to another Microsoft product for a moment, the new Xbox CEO has...
Yo, I actually got to see Master Chief's butt cheeks. I watched this live action. I don't remember if it was a show or a movie, but anyway, I got to see Master Chief's butt cheeks. It was glorious. Palpatine.
stated that they're killing Copilot for gaming.
No, Palpatine is Kathleen Kennedy. You know, the woman responsible for ruining Star Wars. That CEO. She needs to get fired.
So you might be thinking, see, they're serious about what they're doing. But how about all the position changes at Xbox? More people who came from AI industries. That should ring some alarm bells. Perhaps the reason that gaming with Copilot was killed was because it was such a horrible product.
Isn't Asha Sharman the new CEO of Xbox, like that Indian woman?
And it's likely that they've destroyed the brand so much that they need to go back to the drawing board. Similar to how they had to change the name from Cortana to Copilot from Windows.
I like the name Cortana better, I'll be honest. Because Cortana, like Halo, Cortana. Copilot? Copilot is so stupid. That's such a stupid name.
11. And it all seems a little bit too convenient that Xbox suddenly...
I guess it's Copilot because it does decisions on your behalf. That doesn't sound too good. Not sure. Same.
Remembered who it was after Phil Spencer left. Are we all going to pretend like Phil Spencer?
Bro, Phil Spencer was the man. He was the legend. Cortana for the win.
Spencer didn't save the entire brand.
When Phil Spencer left Xbox, it was over. It was over.
After Don Matrick got his grubby little paws all over it, it seems more likely that Phil Spencer was the fall guy for all the horrible decisions that Satya was forcing upon the Xbox brand.
Wait, he was responsible? I thought he was like an OG. Copilot nobody asked for, but to still force on you.
But that's just a
wait, so was Phil Spencer responsible for it? I thought he was one of the good guys.
Theory. So let's play devil's advocate for a moment and pretend
Copilot nobody asked for, but was still forced on you. Copilot.
That K2 will actually fix Windows 11. let's pretend for a moment, and I really can't emphasize pretend enough, that when you restart your PC after a pretend update, you won't get 9 full-page ads stopping you from using your operating system just to sell more.
So I never get why Windows PCs take forever to update. You could have the beefiest, fastest computer, and the updates take forever.
Microsoft products. Let's pretend that when you open the start menu, you won't get ads there either. Let's pretend that said updates won't stop the important work you're doing and shut down without.
They should put ads inside of Notepad and the Microsoft Word. They should put ads everywhere. Please do. I'm praying, Microsoft. Put more ads inside your operating system. Please do. Please. Please. So I can see people crash out and just, I don't know, make a video on it. Give me more content. Microsoft used to give me a lot of content. I don't know if they got mad from last time I actually made a video roasting their OS and their update, but now it will be a really good time. I'm running out of juice. Give me a little bit more.
And we can't even pretend that they're going to bring back local accounts because that's never going to happen. Which leads us on to our next point. The damage has already been done. Windows 11 and Windows 10 have already been compromised. Even if there are changes on the front end which make the operating system appear
they're breaking the law.
Here functional.
You saw that?
On the back system make the compromised. Even
Dutch privacy regulators say Windows 10 breaks the law.
If there are changes on the front end which make the operating system appear functional, on the back end, there is still going to be so many tools collecting data and telemetry on you, stealing your personal information, and selling it to advertisers. Because that is Microsoft's bread and butter. That is how they make their money these days. So they're not going to remove those tools. And part of this is because those tools are so well hidden. Open up any task manager and monitor your network activity, and you couldn't even figure out most of the things going back and forth. Even if you're not using Microsoft services, there are still so many calls made to Microsoft servers and back that seemingly have nothing to do with anything you're doing, even when the system is
they hide them.
Idle. Not a lot of people know this, and that's why Microsoft knows they can get away with it, and they're going to leave those tools exactly where they are to continue stealing your data. The closest we even came for a widespread privacy concern where everyone was thinking maybe this is a step too far was when Recall was going to take screenshots of our desktop every 25 or so seconds and pretend that it's going to get rid of the credit card information and then not do that. That's the closest we've come. So now if they don't do that, suddenly they're the good guys? What this really boils down to is, do we really think that a company that's—
Wait, what was that article set? Microsoft accused of adding spy features to Windows 7 and 8. Oh, sorry for people that are on Windows 7 thinking it was the OG. Oh boy, they're even okay, so they can't keep supporting Windows 7, but they can add spying features.
Really
nice.
think that
Great
a company
job.
that's willing to destroy its main product just for a quick buck is suddenly going to
Windows 11%
turn around overnight and decide it's not going to serve the shareholders it worships.
Microsoft wishes 4 trillion violation after solid results.
No, absolutely not. This entire thing is just a
4
PR
trillion.
move. Microsoft didn't
damn.
suddenly just decide to stop being an evil company. So far, this entire year has been about Microsoft shaping the narrative of how the public views the things.
Stop calling Microsoft slop. Stop calling it Microslop. Please stop bullying the poor AI.
You focus on that BS, you go broke. Everything goes down the drain. AI is like woke. Yeah, a lot of the AI, they have like really leftist politics, and they try to be too like, oh, the statistics are racist. No, oh, the facts. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm gonna use the search engine and look it up for myself. sloppy
it
top.
wants to invest in, such as telling us not to call AI slop. So it's very likely that K2 is just a tool to make us shut up about how bad Windows is.
Hey, that's what I said. That's just a fucking PR control campaign.
Because now when you tell a Windows fanboy that they should probably consider other operating systems, they'll tell you, but K2 will fix everything, just wait. But what if this is a response to all the people leaving Windows for macOS and Linux? Make no mistake, that needle is absolutely moving, thanks to the MacBook Neo coming.
For those people, this is why I gotta say, I was using Windows when you were still in your daddy's balls. I trust me, I've seen it. It's not gonna get better.
Out and being an affordable laptop, or with compatibility layers like Proton from Valve and the open source community, building the tools we need to get our entire gaming libraries over to Linux. There are people jumping ship every single day, but it's probably not enough for Microsoft to care. It's more likely that K2 is probably some sort of initiative to shut the shareholders up too, because they're probably not happy with the bad reputation that Microsoft has at the moment. So Microsoft doesn't really have any real incentive to change.
Wait, what they say about Nvidia? Apple Microsoft got kicked out of $4 trillion club. Could Nvidia be next? I don't think so, because Nvidia actually has pretty good support, and they're also in that whole AI train. I don't really think Nvidia is going to get kicked out.
Microsoft doesn't really have any real incentive to change because they think they have absolutely no competition. But that is where you come in. Every single person that leaves Windows is making a difference, whether it's Mac for work or Linux for gaming. Every time someone uninstalls Windows and installs an alternative.
I was using Windows 3.1 before you were born. See?
Operating system, it's helping. So don't believe the lies of Microsoft. Free yourself from the world's worst operating system so that the next time Microsoft screws up their operating system.
Were you using MS-DOS? Have you used MS-DOS? Are you a shat like me? MS-DOS. That was like Windows before Windows. They base it on that though.
System and then pretends to fix it. All you have to do is sit back and pull out the popcorn.
I only used it because it was a really old computer. That's why I know about MS-DOS. Oh, there we go. I love hating Windows. I'm a generational Windows hater. I'm the third generation of Windows haters in my family. MS-DOS was Doom. Oh. It's over. GTA 6, bros. What? I don't care about GTA 6, I'll be honest. Oh. The proprietary codecs, you gotta use GE. Okay, yeah, that's your main. What the fuck are you talking about, though? But they're not supposed to fucking package them unless they pay for the license. Are you fucking stupid? For proprietary titles, you just gotta use GE or Cashy Pro. No, because you can't really put them together unless you pay for the license. If they're doing that, they're not freaking doing that legally. What he said, mistake. You mean like not being able to read anything at any point? What? Mistakes? Question mark? You mean like not being able to read anything at any point? I don't know what. He's probably talking about Linus Tech Tips. Look at it. It's so cute.
Top 3 largest insect in the world. Number 1, stick insect. At first look,
I don't care about the
some
stick
skies,
insect.
they blend
I'll fucking eat it.
Zealand, this
Oh, I've seen
oversized
these.
insect looks unreal. The giant Weta sparrow,
already
biggest
seen
insect's
these.
intimidating size, only feeds. Number 3, Actaeon beetle. Deep in South America, this beetle rules.
There's one time my freaking uncle, we were playing basketball as a kid in like the garage, and we had this giant beetle that just passed by, and he caught him right through the ankle and like split his freaking skin open.
Like a tank. The
And he was like flying too.
Actaeon beetle can grow nearly 5 inches long, with thick armor and massive horns that resemble tiny, so powerful that it can lift and flip other beetles during fights. Top 3 largest insect in the
He
world.
wasn't that
Number
color.
1.
He was more like a dark blue though. Ew, what the fuck? My game crap. How the fuck is this still here? Oh, let's close it. Bro, what the fuck is going on here? Epstein versus Hitler. Look at Joe Rogan. No degrees Tyson. Bring out the alien. What the
Last
fuck?
week, the Pentagon began
What's
releasing
going
government is out with a new book about to find out. But I'm glad that you feel that way because, as you said, the real question.
Test military. These are people of high rank and all technology.
This is bullshit. That's military tech. What's this? You know, it's so hard to choose in my algorithm. There's so many interesting stuff. There's this thing that looks cool even though it's freaking fake. I don't care about this guy. I don't trust him. There's a Jew in this one. I kind of want to click on this. But then I don't want to get demonetized, so I'm not going to click on it. Hot Wars 2. Ooh. Ooh, left my ass. That's some frame rot. I don't trust this guy. Corporate shill. Trump bills. Nah, I don't believe that. There's just clickbait. Dude, what the fuck happened to my algorithm? Why is there so much shit in here? Ooh, Hitler, a time traveler? Ooh, that's down my alley. That will get me demonetized too. There's a lot of things I can't even click on. This takes the fun out of. You know, I'm tired of talking about WoW. AI is banning players. Why? They use AI to make WoW. Only AI I've used in here is like this one add-on because you know they're too lazy to voice act everything in the game. So there's this add-on that actually puts side quests and they voice act them. And it sounds pretty good. Is this Jack Doherty? It's nothing interesting I want to click on. It's all shit I don't care about. James Comey bursts into tears, calls for FBI deep state coup. You guys are the deep state. System Doom consumes all. Totally legit. Yes, all it seems very legitimative. It's too long. I'll probably watch it in my free time though. Cringe infancy, he shouldn't pay for full price for a meal. He should pay twice the price. Look how big he is. Bulbasaur. Dude, I'm surprised he hasn't quit WoW yet. He hates it. He hates it since the expansion came out. He's been a hater of that expansion so hard. I'm surprised this guy hasn't quit yet. God damn, he lasted longer than me. I give it a few months and I quit. I was like, yeah, I'm out. See you next expansion. Dude, why do people get so many face tats? You look like a freaking school desk. Ooh, Bethesda drama? Ooh. Ooh. I'm down for Bethesda. The fuck? Some of those videos are weird. Oh, I'm in the weird part of the internet. I'm solved mysteries that cannot be explained. I'm sorry, that's picking my interest. Asia's damn, that's an hour and a half. Fuck. Man, all the good videos are so long. I want to watch this. 1 hour of unknown human encounters. Ooh, it looks creepy. That's my alley. Oh my god. What the fuck? Ooh. The fuck is that? Oh yeah. Oh look, I seen this lady in the end of my bed every night. Mm-hmm. Nah, that's just stories told for another person's mouth. I want actual evidence. Yeah, I don't believe in that time traveler bullshit. The Clone Wars. I know everything about the Clone Wars. FYP should fill my political commentary, news history, documentary, conspiracies, prime binge. That's how I be watching everything. Like anything like that gets my brain freaking like curious. That's what gets me up in the morning. And Star Wars. I love Star Wars. But I don't know. I don't watch that many Star Wars videos these days because I know so much of the lore that when I hear someone talk about it, it just bores me because I already know it. I don't trust that motherfucking Pope. The Pope is the devil. You know, it's shocking how many times Hitler comes up in my freaking. See, they're looking at the memes I'm posting on Discord. Look again. You see how many times this guy pops in my timeline? Look, let's go up here. Where was he? He's right here. He's right here. Where's Hitler? Wait, let's check how many times we could find Hitler in my timeline. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Please, please don't make it 10. Please don't show up. Don't show up in my timeline. 10, 11. God damn. You know what? I might as well get the mustache at this point. How many was that? 11? Okay, 11 times in my timeline. We had an Austrian painter in my timeline. 11 or 12 times, something like that. God damn. Well, that's because okay, so there's like things that are connected to like some conspiracies that I like. So apparently, I like seeing into Hitler's psychology. So he was obsessed with UFOs and this whole Indian thing. He was obsessed with immortality, and he was upset with this dagger. I forgot like we're like Christian crusade artifacts, and one of the artifacts that he was actually obsessed with was the it was something called the Spear of Destiny, I think it was, and it was a spear that was supposedly crafted with like the metal that was used to stab Jesus. And there's like a legend that if you held the spear or the dagger or whatever, that you wouldn't be able to die, but if you weren't holding the spear or dagger, you will actually die. And so he got that thinking that will actually make him immortal or some shit, and that he wouldn't be able to lose a fight. Like guys with stash. He Hitler was fucking nuts. He used to believe in a lot of like weird artifacts and like myths, and like he used to believe in like mythical legends and shit like that. He was kind of nuts. And he was obsessed with actually finding these artifacts, thinking that they were gonna give him freaking powers, and a lot of them were like from wars with Christians versus Muslims and shit like that. Recommending Tick History, mainly World War II videos, especially for more in-depth analysis of the Nazis. Man, I remember seeing this one shit as a kid, and he was making like some ship or something. Like he went down to India and he wanted to know about their god and stuff. He was obsessed with a bunch of weird shit. The fuck? Oh, that's so ugly. Look at that thing. Ugh. Anything interesting? Hmm. Is this about the Vermilion Triangle? I love the Vermilion Triangle. I think that shit is so interesting. The fuck AI slop is this shit? What the fuck is going on in this picture? Wait, was he actually grabbing all these shit? Why? What's Asmon go up to? Dude, has Asmongo posted anything about gaming? Wait, watch Nux. Wait, Nox Library? I feel like I've heard that. Oh wait, never mind. That's not what I thought it was. So this is like MMO shit. No, it seems like a lore channel. I know too much Elder Scrolls lore. I don't know. I want to watch that. Let's just say I read the Book of Vivek. Have you ever read the Book of Vivek? The Book of Vivek has the weirdest shit in Elder Scrolls lore. There's some weird ass stories in that book. Mm. The fuck is happening? Oh, that was what the drone. They were having like some drone or some shit. Wait, he had an interview with. Oh, I gotta watch that later. That's so cool. He had an interview with him. He's one of the OG IRL streamers.
Man.
Man, I don't care. I just want to see the original video.
Oh!
Ooh, what's this about? This about?
Oh! Can I just say this image right here? This is our final shape. Myself, Frost, and ZK working at Mickey D's. This is truly the final shape, and we are getting closer and closer to it. Most notably with the news here recently about Bungie. And let me just say, guys, it ain't good. I've been seeing a lot of...
Oh, those are the Bungie developers. You saw them? Oh, wow. They finally found a job that they could actually be good at. Oh, about fucking time. See, I've been telling them they gotta go back to freaking McDonald's. Now there, I could actually see them contribute something. Yeah, Vivek's middle finger.
Working at Mickey D's. This is truly the final shape, and we are getting closer and closer to it. Most notably with the news here recently about Bungie. And let me just say, guys,
what happened to Bungie?
I've been seeing a lot of things online. I've seen people
the PlayStation buy them again to actually sell them again. I feel like Bungie has been passed around more than a cheerleader. They get passed around and bought and sold back and leafed here. The Bungie gets passed around by so many companies. It's because they're bad at what they do.
Try to pull some copium bullshit out of their ass saying, oh, no. This is actually a good thing. Or my favorite, this is all part of the process. This was the plan of Sony's all along.
No, it wasn't.
Delusional. But not as delusional as the Marathon community. Oh yeah, you fuckers. Believe me, Destiny players, we have been submerged in the copium. But you guys, guys are running in.
I'll be honest, I haven't enjoyed a freaking Bungie game since Destiny 1. After Destiny 1, everything that they made after that, holy shit, that's a big ass ant. Okay, I killed an ant. That shit was huge, man. That was a big ass ant. God damn. I think that shit was gonna bite me. I've never seen an ant that big. Thought I was in Africa for a second.
Head first. Stick into it, my man. But let's get into the news. Hold on. Let me pull this up. So I'm on vacation this week, and this is what I woke up to. PlayStation's reported a $765 million impairment loss due to...
Jeez, $765 million impairment loss due to underperforming by Bungie. You know what's kind of fucked up? I used to actually be a Destiny 2 player before they actually decided to remove Linux support. And they did this. There was a time where they did this thing where they added an expansion and then people pay actual money for the expansion and then they completely remove it out of the game. That's the last time I ever played Destiny after that. That was back in Destiny 2, which I still think is still going, right? The guy on the top running the game studios nowadays, shareholders especially,
underperformance by Bungie. Now, if you remember what I said leading up to this earnings call, I told you guys that we were in speculation territory. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there was an impairment at the end of last year, if y'all remember that. No, it did not go against goodwill, but still not a good sign. And I told you guys Strike 2 would be another impairment. Strike 2 and 3 would have been an impairment and also against goodwill. Now, as far as I'm understanding, it didn't go against goodwill, but it still is an impairment nonetheless. And there seems to be some copium about this where the same folks that came out and say, don't worry, this is just an accounting thing. They're also the same people that come out and say, don't worry about it. When you buy something that's for your business, it's a business expense. As if that makes it free. That's not how that...
I mean, I'll be honest. If I would lose that much money, I would have been like, fuck no. All your projects are fucking canceled. Hell nah. So remember Destiny's 2 Dude, Destiny's 2 core campaign was so fucking trash.
That works, guys. When you say something, oh, I'm gonna write it off, it doesn't make that item or whatever, that expense, free, okay? So the impairment here, essentially all that really boils down to is, well, Bungie's assessed value is obviously not as much as Sony originally thought. I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, we could have all kind of assumed that. Let's just say this, though. It's Pete Parsons, by the way. He's on some tropical island somewhere, sitting in one of his 35 exotic cars. And can we just say, I don't like what he did to Destiny or Bungie, but man, my man's straight up a villain. He came in there, he talked the talk, said Bungie had all these incubation projects. Again, we're cranking on Destiny, we're cranking on Marathon. We got gummy bears, we got Destiny Payback. Oh yeah, we are live service gods. Everything we touch turns to gold, and we've got 4 or 5 more live service games. And Sony was like, all right, how much?
I mean, that can I be honest for a second about Destiny 2 players? Now, this is your typical Destiny 2 player. Destiny 2 players are the type of players that hate what they're playing. They hate everything about the game, but they keep playing the game because they're addicted to it. They keep paying the expansions. They keep getting abused. They keep buying freaking cosmetics, 80, like all this fucking crazy shit. They hate the game. They keep playing it because they hate themselves and they can't stop playing the game because they're just addicted to the freaking loot. Bro, it's okay. Just put the game down. I'll be honest, I honestly think Destiny 2 players are actually worse than World of Warcraft players. At least some World of Warcraft players could admit that the game is bad, but Destiny 2 players, they're on a whole other level of copium.
And Pete was like, I don't know, man. Billions, probably. And unfortunately, that's what Sony paid. Now, yes, there's some accounting benefits right now to the impairment, but regardless, whether you were Microsoft back in the day with Mojang, with...
You know, I don't even know how they went so wrong in Marathon because Bungie is so, when it comes to like, yeah, sure, Bungie is not that great anymore, but when it comes to one thing they're actually quite good at, is the PvP. They're quite good at PvP stuff. And this just... I really don't know what happened in Marathon. I don't know what they were thinking. Totally agree about Destiny 2 is trash. Yeah.
Your 10 cent with Riot. When you buy any asset, you know, you want it to have a good return. And I can promise you that's the alternative that Sony would rather have right now. They would rather have Bungie be exactly what they said they were going to be. You know what I mean? I've yapped long enough. Sony backs Marathon even after 765 million in Bungie impairment losses. So this was from Paul Tassi. This was published just the other day. Paul's been...
Yeah. I'm about to say something. I don't know if there's some Mudahar fans here, but I'm gonna just say how it is. Every time a new game comes out, I think of Mudahar like the IGN of YouTubers. Every time he comes out with a game and he said this game is not that bad, I don't even buy it. I just straight up don't, because every game that he said that about ends up being really bad. He did the same thing with Dragon Age Velgar, and then he took it back and said the game is bad. What else game he did? He did the same thing to Assassin's Creed Shadow. He said it wasn't that bad, and then he took it back after things shift and he saw the general opinion. And he said the same thing about Marathon. But Marathon is one that he hasn't taken back yet.
He was just like, oh, don't focus. People are so obsessed with the numbers. I'm actually enjoying the lore around the world building and stuff. I'm like, yeah, but doesn't mean it has good gameplay and the game is actually good.
We're catching a lot of heat online. A lot of people in the Marathon community. Not many of them, you know what I'm saying? But they're pretty vocal. While most of Sony...
I still remember Destiny 2's campaign. I'll be honest, I don't even remember. I just remember it was bad. Usually, if I don't remember a campaign, it's usually because it was that bad. I remember, I think, didn't Cade die at one point or something like that? The one character, the only character I actually like in the story that had the little horn, the little robot guy. I just remember there's something, you're like in a tunnel and you lost your light and you have to get like your light back or some shit like that. It was something like that. I used to play Titan.
Sony's recent earnings news this week was positive. There was one very glaring red mark in the books. That would be Bungie, which Sony revealed another $565 million in impairment losses, joining the $200 million it had announced previously. Despite that, Sony said it is backing Bungie's recent underperforming release, Marathon, and continues to support the studio, but there's a lot to dissect here, so let's go through it. What is now $765 million in impairment losses against Bungie is not something as simple as Bungie games are $765 million in the red. Rather, what impairment losses are doing is acknowledging that Bungie is not as valuable of an asset as Sony thought it was when it bought it for $3.6 billion. So it keeps knocking that number down. Sony, looking ahead to fiscal year 2026, says it believes those impairment losses for Bungie will be absent or at least way less than the 1 billion yen, $565 million from this year. It remains rather wild that Sony ever thought Bungie was worth $3.6 billion, which is eyebrow raising at the time. And from an outside perspective, it still seems that it's probably worth less.
You know, this companies like Sony and freaking Microsoft, they gotta start cutting off studios who don't make shit good. You just gotta start cutting that because you're gonna. And keep in mind, okay, you bought it for $3.6 billion. That's already a lot of money to pay. And then on top of that, you keep losing. I don't know. I don't know if that investment was really worth it. You're bleeding money at this point.
That Sony is saying.
Oh, it was yen. 120 billion yen or 565 million. That's still a lot of money. That's over half. That's like, sheesh. That's getting close to $1 billion. It's almost like less than half to $1 billion. Sheesh. Holy fuck.
Especially given recent events. I mean, look, we talk a lot of shit about Pete, but if there's one thing that Pete seemed to have done his job well on, it was, you know, getting the biggest price possible for Bungie. I also think this was a knee-jerk reaction at the time because Sony was getting a little scared with what was happening on the Xbox side. Lots of acquisitions. Of course, the thing that was leading up to the big acquisition of Activision, right? It almost reminded me, although this is a much bigger scale.
You know, I don't even know why people buy Call of Duty games. You know, okay, so this is my opinion on Call of Duty games. This applies to 2K racing. Well, racing games, once in a while, you get one that's actually different, like that Star Wars racing game. But mostly Call of Duty games, this is what I see. This is the pattern. So every 2 years or every year sometimes, depending, you get the same game. They add a little bit of like different movements and mechanics. They throw it in. They make maps. They make new maps. Everyone hates the maps. Nobody likes the maps. They see how much people hate the maps. So then they throw maps from like Call of Duty Black Ops 2. They throw the same maps and people buy the expansion. They make their money. So essentially, you're getting the same freaking game repacked with better textures, a couple new movements, with the same old maps, which, let's be honest, people only like those old maps. They repack it and they sell it back to you. So you're essentially buying the same game every time. And they're not going to stop doing it because people are buying it. People keep buying it. They're going to keep doing it. They don't care whether it's good or not. If people keep buying it, that's all they really care.
But it reminded me years ago whenever every platform was buying content creators, if y'all remember that. Everybody was trying to lock in content creators in exclusive deals, and it really just took Mixer going out for them to finally be like, whoa, this is not sustainable. It's a situation like this, but on a much bigger scale. And obviously, you know, you have tangible products that go alongside it outside of, I guess, influencer. Despite this, Sony has at least publicly backed Bungie's continued work on Marathon, saying players' reception to Marathon is strong, receiving a Metacritic score of 82 and more than 90% of the player reviews on Steam being positive. Engagement metrics such as retention also remain at a high level. Going forward, we aim to improve the performance of the game by working to retain highly engaged core users through the introduction of additional content, further improvements in the gameplay experience, and expansion of the user base. Yeah. I mean, look, I think the main thing is like,
I'll be honest, when a studio said that they're actually going to fix a game, I almost never really believe it. I never believe it. It's really rare when a studio says that they're going to fix a game and they actually end up fixing it. Most of the time, it never happens. It's really rare when we actually see the game actually fix
the people that are still playing Marathon, they're playing a lot of it, you know. Personally, I think Destiny is the better investment. And I know Marathon people, you're going to come for my neck right now, but I just think it is. I think it has a more interesting universe. I think that the foundation there is way more.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Destiny fan, but I will agree that if I had to choose between, well, depends. Are we talking old Marathon or new Marathon? Because old Marathon, if you played the old Marathon games, it was mostly like, it was more like a single player game. There was like, it kind of felt like Quake. It was really similar to Quake. Like that style, there was like UFO and stuff. Now, old Marathon was pretty good. But what they did is they took Marathon and they ripped every previous identity that it had. Like the old school Marathon game, I know it was controversial because the game basically, there was a bug that basically erased your hard drive. But if you actually got to play the older Marathon, the game was actually pretty good. But what they did with the new version is they just rip every identity the Marathon had and just make something completely good. It's so unauthentic. Like, it's just, yeah, let's be authentic and remove everything that is still what? I like Activision took all Bungie's good programmers and some things. I believe it.
More solid. I think right now they're seeing some like high retention numbers, but that tends to.
But I don't know about that because I don't know. They both kind of make bad games. I'll be honest.
Happen. For instance, this is a very small piece of what I can offer here from personal experience. But like, if I drop a video on my channel, what you normally find is the videos with the least amount of views have the highest retention. If it just seems to work that way, man. It's like people that are actually interested in that particular topic, or in this case, a community is actually engaged with Marathon and its IP, tend to play the fuck out of this. Or in my case, you know, they'll watch 3-4 times the amount of some of our other pieces. And of course, there's a lot of variables that's involved in that. It's interesting how that goes. It's like the further something.
You know, if Nintendo says anything, I don't believe shit that Nintendo does. Like every time Nintendo freaking speaks, I'm like propaganda. Because they're really deceptive. They make something look like it's fact, but then when you look at the bigger picture, they're technically not lying, but they're leaving a certain thing out to just trick investors.
It keeps refining down. Yes, those players will be the ones that play the shit out of your game. That optimism seems unwarranted if you've been tracking the performance of the game, which is continuing lost players since launch with no signs of anything resembling a turnaround, even as moves have been made to appeal to more casual players. On PC, its main platform, it's about to dip below Destiny 2's nightly numbers. It already has. And an 11-year-old.
I mean, Destiny now is bad, but it's true. I partially agree with that. If I had to pick between like what they did to Marathon after they ripped it off as that original identity and compared to Destiny 2, I will pick Destiny 2 any day.
Game that is in the middle of its longest content drought in its history.
Wait, what? TIS this video? Like, you want me to post it?
Even as Sony is saying this now, there's nothing to guarantee a lack of poor outcomes for Bungie, including layoffs, reduced costs, which in turn would mean less investment in these games, which would likely mean fewer players. A spiral we've already seen with Destiny. It's very clear that Bungie does not currently have enough resources to produce enough content for Destiny 2. The studio now tilting in favor of Marathon in terms of total devs aside, and that isn't going well either. I think Paul's referring to his insider stating that there's now officially more developers on Marathon than Destiny. Destiny 2 simply wasn't mentioned at all. which is disconcerting for what was Bungie's flagship franchise and now a game that has no clear roadmap for the future. Fans are hoping that Destiny 3 may soon be announced, but there are no indications that is going to be the case, and that would likely have to come with a near total shutdown on work on Destiny 2 for years to come. I tell you this, guys, from what I looked at in the...
I'm actually hoping that Destiny 3 is better, and I hope that they disable kernel level anti-cheat. Because I don't know if you heard, kernel level anti-cheat is actually becoming more unpopular these days. Like, we got Epic of everyone. Epic was like, yeah, we're gonna ease up on it.
Earnings call, I'm not hopeful of a sequel for Destiny. Everything that was mentioned in the earnings call, whether the lack of Destiny being mentioned, makes me feel like there's just Destiny 3 is probably not getting made. But there is no imminent plug pulling of Marathon, which I've always predicted will get at least a year of content to see if it could find an audience. Nor do I believe Sony is on the verge of closing.
Oh, they're on the verge of closing Bungie itself. Please do it.
Even if its value has fallen as an asset. After all, it's asset that Sony is still valuing at billions, mind you. This is not Concord, the Sony game made by a brand new studio that arrived with 700 concurrent PC players. We're both...
I mean, it's not as bad as Concord, but like... You didn't break even. And even if you're... A lot of people are under the misconception that if you actually break even, that's just like... Oh, we broke even, so that's good enough. Yeah, but breaking even doesn't mean that you actually make enough money to actually be able to profit from it. You're just recovering what you spent on it. Need more big games without kernel level, honestly. I agree.
Were shuttered. But to say the good news coming out of all this is, well, at least Bungie and Marathon weren't just publicly executed. That's not exactly a great place to be. It's almost entirely bad news, and this idea that Bungie can surely turn Marathon around is not something that reflects the reality on the ground. Not from any data we could see. The studio continues to navigate choppy seas, but Sony is not yet scuttling the ship. First up, you guys have been giving Paul so much heat on his coverage, and it's been coming directly from the Marathon community, as if he's painting an overall negative picture when there's really no other way to see it.
I'll be honest. I think Sony sales are actually going to go down a lot. So Sony wants to implement DRM even into physical games. And they're starting with the digital, where they want to make this thing that if you don't have a game install and run it for at least 30 days, you lose the license and you can't access that game. So essentially you're going to have to buy the game all over. That's gonna make Sony lose a lot of sales. Like I told my fucking wife, because I got her a PS5, and I'm like, yeah, you probably don't want to buy digital games on Sony no more. And I explained to her what's happening, and she was like, yeah, fuck that. Yeah, imagine you bought a game. You don't open the game in 30 days. They're like, oops, you lose the license. You lose it. Buy it again, I guess.
I guess retention is good for the people that are playing Marathon. That's cool, but no one's fucking playing it. If I pull a look, I hate to be this guy. I'm about to be this fucking guy. Let me pull this shit up. Here we are. Marathon. It's Sunday. It's Mother's Day. Marathon players, maybe they just really love their moms. Completely fine. I understand. 9,974 players. Destiny 2 is currently beating that. And we don't.
Not really by a big number. It's only beating it by 75, right? Yeah. I'm a little bit less than 75. It's not that much of a difference. It's doing about the same. At this point, I don't even think it's actually worth saving it, to be honest. Like, neither of them are doing too good. Let me see. So it's beating it. Destiny 2 is beating it by 68 players. That's not that big of a difference in numbers, to be honest.
It's currently beating that. And we don't have
It's doing about the same
in Destiny right now. You know that? Not shit. Nothing has happened in Destiny. Like, nothing. Now, you could say, well, maybe Destiny 2 players just don't like their mothers. There. Knock it off with the Marathon hate. Believe me, brother, I'm not hating Marathon.
Yeah, I compare like the current number. Like I compare the current number and subtracted, and it's about what? It was like 60 something.
Really lies with Bungie on this. Okay. However, imagine this. Imagine there they stand. Destiny and Marathon. And I had to choose which one to let go. You know what I mean? Imagine the Titanic going down.
I wouldn't have problem letting both go. Marathon is trash. Destiny is... I'll be honest. I don't know a single expansion in that thing that I actually enjoy. I stopped playing it after they did the whole thing where like you bought that expansion, then they completely took it out of the game. I was like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
And there's
Destiny
only
was
one
working for me.
life raft available, and only Destiny 2 could get on, or Marathon could get on. Even in its shittiest state, its lowest low, I would get Destiny 2 off that ship well before Marathon. Matter of fact, I would strap Marathon down with cinder blocks, put them all the way in the bottom of the ship, and make eye contact with them all the way down. Look, we're gonna have this dance. We're gonna do it. We're gonna watch and see how it goes. I already told you guys that I had a feeling Bungie was about to ice, or Sony was about to ice Destiny's IP. That doesn't mean they're killing it. That just means for the foreseeable future, it's going to have minimum investment. And Marathon, they are going to try to pull a Forsaken. They are going to try to pull a Taken King. And you know what?
You can't top Taken King. You can't top Taken King. Wasn't that the expansion in Destiny 1? You can't top that. I'll be honest. I don't think they could do it.
I will be around, and we'll see. We'll see. But here's what I truly believe. I don't believe Marathon will be able to turn things back around. That's not to take away from the guys at Bungie working on Marathon who are probably putting their heart and souls into it.
Yo, the characters, they look like... Look.
I don't believe Marathon will be able to turn things back around. That's not to take away from the guys at Bungie.
You know what these characters look like? These characters look like, you know, if a beginner is starting to develop, they're starting to mess around with graphics, and they're just in the engine trying to learn the engine, and they haven't done it all the way. It looks like cartoony and like too saturated. This looks like it was made by a newbie. Like this whole design, this is not working out. Look at this character. The gray one on the floor, this looks like one of those dummies that you put in cars and then you crash the car to see if like the airbag works. That's literally what it looks like.
Who are probably putting their heart and souls into it. I just personally don't think Marathon is going to be
It
able
looks
to turn
so
it
bad.
Not to the degree
Look
that
at those
Sony
colors. That looks, oh god.
or that Bungie needs. I'll put it to you like this. Do you think Marathon right now has an all-time peak of 88,337 players? My ass.
And you know what's the crazy thing? That they stole the design from someone. Like the art was stolen.
Yes, man. I mean, I was in Copium land leading up to the launch of Marathon, and I was like,
you're gonna steal art from someone and that's what you pick?
He won't break below 100,000 players. Brother, it didn't even go over that. It didn't even touch it. But no. For real. Do you think that it's going to go over 88,337 players in Season 2? Or Season 3? Or if they did like a big one-year launch, do you think it will go over that number? Only going free to play? I have said it for a while now that Bungie should really consider not
Does it
going
even have
completely free to
kernel
play,
level
just
anti-cheat?
adding one map and making it a free-to-play map. You know, it can literally be sponsor kits. People can jump in there, mess around, and you might get some conversions. Will there be cheaters? Of course. But you might.
Okay, does it have kernel level anti-cheat? It doesn't say. It doesn't say it have kernel level anti-cheat. You know, let's go to Proton DB. I have a feeling it actually has kernel level anti-cheat. It's not even here, so I'm assuming it does have kernel level anti-cheat. I'm only seeing like the old Marathon. Oh, there it is. Bork. Yeah, it has kernel. As far as the game is concerned, it does not work on Linux due to Bungie not supporting with a simple battle eye setting under it. Bungie doesn't enable anti-kernel. Well, it's supposed to be kernel level 1. The custom protein you set launch. Install yes. Opens yes. Starts no. No. See? They caught themselves off a player base. Is the game bad? Yes. But look at all those users that they caught off on Linux. See, you got a couple of those people you could have beat Destiny and make the point, well, this is doing better in Destiny too. But no.
Might get some conversions.
You
And
passed
then you
it.
can pad the stats a little bit.
Also, you passed. Oh, yeah, I saw it.
But even then, guys, I don't know, boys. I would be very, very surprised. I'd be very surprised if he gets over that number. I just feel like so many people have already made up their mind about Marathon. You know what I'm saying? And sure, the people that are playing Marathon, you know, they're enjoying it. Glad they are, you know? It's tough, man. It's tough. Marathon community, I give you guys shit. But I definitely enjoyed my time playing.
You know, well, I remember when the trailer came out, people were saying that the female characters look androgynous. I personally, I don't even know what the fuck the word androgynous means, but I thought they were pretty hot. But then when you see those same characters come to the light, you realize that the way that the textures look, it looks like a beginner person who just started fucking making characters. It just looks so like, it look like, I don't fucking, it just looks like like it's not all the way there. Like it's halfway made.
Marathon. To me, it's a seasonal game.
They all look like test dummies for car tests.
Jump back in
for the airbag.
You know, probably when a new season launches. If there's something big coming each launch. If it's just like, hey, get ready to do all your faction quests all over again and re-earn all the same shit again. You know what I'm coming from? Which very likely that is the case. Then my
androgynous, kind of like a guy, like a girl in between. Oh, well, I'm into both, so that's probably why.
Time playing each season is going to be probably much less. With that being said, though, I think Destiny is the better game. I think it's the stronger IP. I think it's the sexier game. I think that it's just better on every level. I think it looks
See, look at the Destiny
better,
armor
feels better,
design. At least this looks better to whatever that other thing
better.
was.
It plays better. It's just better. It's
Oh, they got lightsabers in there?
so much
Since
better.
when?
I can't express just how much better Destiny is. And every Destiny 1 is better. Okay, Destiny 1 fucking kills Marathon. Look, Marathon is a fun time. I have a good time playing Marathon, but there's no.
You want to see something crazy? Now, this is. Let me show you something. Knights. Wait. Fuck off. Knights of the Fallen Empire. Now, this is a game from 10 years ago. Let me mute it, because I don't want, like, the copyright music.
With your birth comes a solemn vow.
Look at this.
You will have nothing.
Let's fast forward. This is a game from 10 years ago.
In the darkness, only ambition will guide you.
Bro, this is kind of funny to look at.
Your entitlement, the pain you endure. And when darkness finds you,
Yo, game trailers used to be the shit.
face it alone.
Show the war shit when they go to war. Like, this feels like it has like a depth and a story. Like, I played this expansion so many times. I think the context was like he wasn't ready or something. What was it? Dude, I love this trailer. Shit. Man, those were the days. You know, this is made on a really old engine. You do know how old the engine is in this game. Look at WoW trailer. All of them are awesome. Bro, this expansion went so hard. Dude, Valkyrian was fucking, bro, he was fucking scary. I thought he was scary in the book. When you play all those expansions, oh my fucking god, Valkyrian, motherfucker, scary as a motherfucker. Like, I read the book and I was like, damn, this motherfucker was really fucking, what was it, like 11 years old, just took over his planet, drained everyone out of it, enslaved everyone. And then in the book, and then in the game, the shit he does, I'm like, god
in which
damn.
I would choose Marathon over Destiny.
Look at WoW.
If I could
all
do
of
it, I
them
would
are
execute
awesome.
Marathon for Bungie. All right.
I don't know about that.
If this is a tough decision for them,
Older ones, yeah. That Midnight had a horrible trailer.
dude, not even 2 minutes in a pillow. I fucking got this shit. And then we can get back to making more Destiny. I'm gonna be honest, if they dropped the Destiny Classic right now, it would beat the shit out of Destiny 2 and Marathon combined. Look, you don't want this fight, Marathon community. Destiny 2 community, y'all don't want this fight either. If a Destiny Classic dropped on PC right now, it would beat the piss out of both these games. No, I don't think Marathon is the worst game at all. There's so many things that went wrong, man.
He's a Destiny player.
So many things.
I smell it out of
my
you.
grandkids about this if they're even.
I could smell the pee in the jars. Destiny player.
I'm gonna care. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, Grandpa, tell us a story. And I'm gonna be like, the story can go many ways. It could be like, I'm gonna tell you a story about a studio that made an epic comeback by becoming completely community driven. And I'm gonna show you where it fell and where they picked it back up. Or I'm gonna be like,
that's gonna be me with my kids with old Star Wars lore before Disney fucked it up.
I'm gonna tell you a story of a studio.
Have you heard the tragedy of Disney the Unwise? I thought not. It's not a story CEOs will tell you off. Gameplay reveals
that chop their own dick off. Can chop the testicles off. Can shit on everything. They just shit on everything. And they're gonna be like, Grandpa, tell us that story. How did this company Marathon? Can you imagine just weekend almost to the promised land?
All right.
I'm just saying, guys, I would not be to the game. However,
okay, it's going to be more of the same. I'll be honest. I at this point I don't really care about franchise. I will be freaking honest. Oh well. I've received 100 messages today with Restream chat. Oh shit. Okay, besides Midnight, all others like War Within. War Within trailers suck. And so did Dragonflight. The only thing I enjoyed in Dragonflight was Alex Trasia's titties and booty. The fuck is this? Kreia! Look, it's Kreia! Bro, what's the fucking video game shit? Wait, is there a tab for gaming? Oh, there. Ah, she saw the trailer. What the fuck? Windows XP. Good luck. Wait, how the... Wait. War still supports Windows XP. God damn. Actually, I want to watch this. What's going to be the new trailer? Wait, I haven't even seen it. Ooh. So this is what we're gonna get next year. I heard it's gonna be in January. Hold fast to what you must and meet your fate without fear. Bruh. Huh. Dude, let's expect... I've never actually seen a Final Fantasy trailer for Final Fantasy XIV.
One more time. It's my favorite story.
This looks so cool. This what they're is this how all their trailers look like?
Than me by now. But if you insist.
Yes. All right, I'm ready. Tell me about the Promised Land.
Long
Dude, I love the song.
in a time few yet
Oh, the Square Enix logo. That's so cool. Oh shit! That was so cool. What the fuck?
Was rich in plenty. Majestic trees stood sentinel over lands.
Whoa. Oh, I'm gonna get it.
From towering peaks sprang rivers, flowing into and feeding great seas. And noble kingdoms
Whoa.
flourished,
The fuck?
for naught.
Yo, oh, shit. Okay. Oh, come on. What can't Blizzard make something like this? Oh, shit! The fuck? Saw that?
Came the relentless ice. The world grew cold, cold and still. Men succumbed to bitter sorrow.
Yo, this trailer is so good. What the fuck?
And as we struggled to survive, they marched, and all was lost. We had no choice but to flee to the
This is making me want to catch up to the story. Who's that? Is that the new villain?
Then what happened?
The land below became a frozen waste. But everything changed when they arrived.
The Traveler. The one from the sky.
Aye.
Oh my god, that was so fucking good. Oh my god, it's a fucking Reaper!
Wanderer.
I don't care what the story is, I'm getting it. I gotta binge and play all the expansions already. I gotta stop putting that shit in my backlog and get it done as soon as possible. I'm excited. Whoa. That was sick. I've never seen a Final Fantasy XIV trailer. That was one of the... oh, come on. That was pretty freaking good. And it wasn't even like... They didn't show much. but like the presentation and the music and like how everything came in together, it just felt so like, I don't know, it just got me excited. I don't even know the context, but like the way that they put the trailer together just gets me excited. Like they seem like they're actually passionate about it. This is convincing my wallet. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Exactly. Like that trailer together, it looks so cool. They didn't even put much in the screen, but the presentation of the trailer is so good. You know, I'm subscribing to them. That was, I had no idea Final Fantasy 14 had trailers like that. That was fucking sick. My wallet is buying it. I don't know what the story is. I'm automatically buying it. What's this?
If she kisses you, will you leave?
Totally.
Ew.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Sorry. It's been a while since a bat's been in the cave, if you know what I mean.
So you're not even a bat, you're a pig.
Save the goddamn city!
Okay. I'll go. Drop the bomb in the bay. The bay. Where it won't hurt us all.
Good.
Thank you.
The bay.
Yep.
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Please don't.
Watching the tide roll away.
Oh my god, we're gonna die.
The fuck? What's going on?
If she kisses you,
The fuck is going on? They have other FF14 trailers. That shit looks sick. Like the presentation. That ooh. I thought that was Michael Jackson for a second. Like seeing it off the side. What's cooking in gaming? Boop, boop, boop. You know what YouTuber I think is underrated? Like if you guys ever want to watch like a controller review, watch this guy. This guy is funny. And he's like he goes in depth. He's like a super DIY controller person. He's like underrated. He goes so in depth when it comes to controllers. Did he review the Steam controller yet? No. I don't even know if he's still in the service. Well, he posted 2 months ago because I know he's like in the military and stuff. Yo, this guy is funny. I miss his old intro. He used to say something like front of speaker was like, "It's your controller captain, hitting, molly whapping the back paddles" or something like that. Oh, Palantir. Oh man, I got two choices: installing 90s Linux and 1997 ThinkPad, or Palantir. Too many options, bro. Oh man. Well, old Linux installation. I could watch this some other time. But talking shit about Palantir. Now. No, DIY is basically, I don't know. It's basically when you take something from scratch and you modify so much that you make it into someone super different. Like, you ever, like, taken a controller apart and just change a lot of things about it?
I investigated the
Oh, talking shit about Palantir. I'm so excited. What they do now?
I investigated the president's trading record, so you don't have to. Recently, he released a filing that shows the stock trades that were made on his behalf. I should say immediately that the president denies exclusively doing these trades. They say these are all done through fully discretionary accounts, independently managed by third-party financial institutions with
It's broma. I know. I'm just messing with you. Oh, okay.
sole and exclusive authority over all investment decision. Neither President Trump, his family, nor the Trump organization plays any role in selecting, directing, or approving specific investments. Now, do we believe that? I mean, I don't know. I don't think he's personally directing all the investments, but what's strange is it rhymes with the Nancy Pelosi defense. Everyone knows Nancy Pelosi is a famously good stock trader, or specifically, her husband is. And that's the whole excuse.
Okay, that makes a lot of more sense. A woman good at trading? What? I was going to be so confused for a second, boys.
Says, you know, she's not into stock trading, even though, you know, she has all sorts of insider information through her role as former Speaker of the House, as a Congresswoman. So people have been suspicious of her for years. And what makes this an ironic video is that this is something that Trump actually picked up on and kind of called her out for.
Members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
No, it's funny.
Had a hiccup.
All the people from Congress standing up for that, but it's like, wait, are we calling out some of you in the room? Now, this is a line that they say every single time. We need to stop insider trading. We got to stop people from corruptly profiting on insider information. And then we get a big...
I feel like everyone that has high power, they at some level or some point do inside trading. I'll be honest, I don't trust no one.
Fat nothing. Every time everyone, you know, there's a lot of vocal support, you know, in theory, and then nothing ever happens. Nobody ever gets stopped from doing this. But Nancy Pelosi is specifically singled out here as sort of the worst offender.
Everyone does, so let's be honest. They're all doing it. They like to pretend and point fingers that, oh no, they're doing it. I personally believe they all do it.
Congress for these insider trading allegations.
Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it.
Oh, we got it. We got it. You know, everybody has dunked on Nancy Pelosi forever, myself included, and rightfully so. Okay, she's one of the best traders of all time. In fact, there's even Twitter accounts you can go follow called Nancy Pelosi Stock Tracker, where they follow the specific trades of her husband, and you can basically participate in the insider trading allegations once they're disclosed, which is a little bit...
Oh, allegations. I was about to say, can I get in that inside trading myself?
But that same account...
Dude, I would 100%. If I ever get the chance, I'm not gonna lie, sum me the fuck up. If there's a bridge you tell me to jump, I'm jumping the fuck up. I do not care.
Has recently
money is money.
Taken over to talking about these new filings that Trump had to do with relation to what he has been purchasing, because there has been a super unusual pattern of not only a lot of trading of various stocks, but also like Trump has gotten into shilling specific stocks, sometimes even with ticker symbols. And the Financial Times specifically did this incredible chart where they
Palantir, this is what we came here for.
You know, the amount of trades has just exploded recently. And this all coincides with, you know, the Iran war starting here. You know, the activity was ticking up right before that.
Okay. Conspiracy time. So, I have a conspiracy. Everyone put your tinfoil hats. Now, what if the government purposely does all this moves on purpose and make everyone be disillusioned? What if they make everyone disillusioned with both the Democrats and the Republicans to actually radicalize people and using all this AI shit? Oh, by the way, have you guys heard what happened in that Tahoe place in California where the grid is no longer giving like service to citizens and it decreased their services by what, like 75% is going to AI data centers? It's kind of fucked up.
What? Think about it. What if the government wants to make people disillusioned with both parties? To make a new party, to change the whole government, like Republican, Democrat, throw that out the water and make a new world order where they can actually control everyone. And what if before that, they radicalize people, so people crash out and they go into these buildings and they actually destroy this AI data centers because they can't afford life. And then after they do that, they have an excuse to have Palantir with their mass surveillance systems. Because, I mean, if you radicalize people enough, it's pretty easy to make them actually act violent. Think about it. Tinfoil hat is always on. See? Mm-hmm.
Then all of a
It protects you from the 5G signal, so turn freaking frogs
sudden
gay.
you just have a flurry of stock trading activity where previously you hardly had any. I mean, there were not that many disclosed stock trades. So it's worth.
I got to get a tinfoil hat emote. That if my rigger is watching this, slip into my Twitter. I don't care how much it costs. Get me a tinfoil hat toggle.
Looking at some of these now, I will say there are just thousands of these purchases, sales. I don't know why all of a sudden this automated process or these independent institutions who are trading on the president's behalf would suddenly start trading now as opposed to like before where there was hardly any activity. We don't know that. But I want to zoom in on some specific egregious cases where we have trades happening around the time that they're just are literal endorsements by the president. Let's take the one Nancy Pelosi stock tracker highlighted specifically, which is the Dell call out. Because on May 8th,
what Dell do?
Said, hey, go out and buy a Dell.
Dell, go out and buy a Dell computer. Because they don't care about that. They care about this. They make a great product. They don't look.
No, they fucking don't. Dell is so fucking trash. I've actually bought Dell computers. They're fucking absolute fucking trash, and all the parts that come inside of them are fucking generic. Like this one time I got a Dell computer that someone gave me. I strip it up, and all the computer parts were generic. There was no MSI, no main brand GPU. It was a generic GPU made by Dell. And then the PC, like the power supply was literally some generic cheap thing from China. The RAM sticks didn't have a brand at all. They didn't even have the little shell to protect it. No fucking heatsink, nothing. The only thing that had a brand on it that wasn't generic was the CPU. I stripped that bitch and just used it for like the CPU. That's the only thing I took out of it. Everything else, I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Good for any publicity. I give them publicity. They say, well, thank you very much, but it's okay.
Now, this is in response to some like Trump account, I think, contribution the Dells had
That's
made.
insane. What the fuck?
Simply the reason. But then you look at the trading activity and the people who were.
God damn. He had already bought up to $5 million in Dells on February 10th, then bought more on March the 2nd, then again on March 11th, then once more. I don't know. That's looking sussy wussy.
Bought Dell $5 million worth on February 10th, and then more on March 2nd, more on March 11th, more on March 23rd. And then he endorsed.
God damn, their stock went up a lot.
A little bit later, and you can see what happened to the stock price. This was an incredible trade, ladies and gentlemen.
Sheesh.
Double your money in a few months. I mean, you kind of don't see big opportunities like that unless you're, I guess, the president.
Hey, I'm only mad. Is he not telling me? You gotta let me know. You let me get in the inside trading. I hold no grudges, Mr. Donald Trump.
Here's another great trade. This was highlighted by Judd Legume. He went through some of these things.
Can I get in on that?
Work here. So I'll link it below. But I pulled the specific trades and put it on a chart so you can see exactly where the purchases were. This is Micron Technology.
Good old Donnie.
And you can see here, the purchases are in the green arrows. And all of these purchases culminated in the president talking about Micron as an incredible company. And then all of a sudden,
no, they're not. Micron are a piece of shit company. They literally exit the fucking consumer market and just focus on AI data centers.
Stock goes parabolic after that. I mean, just has this incredible run right after the president's endorsement, which sounds like this.
I just left the head of Micron. It's one of the hottest companies.
Now, I'll be honest, he kind of called this one like crazy. Like, look at this run up right after that.
I mean, you could have seen this coming. Like, I don't think Trump is really familiar with this, but he is a businessman. But you could have seen this coming because, like, if you look back when they were pulling off on the consumer market, that was already a sign that there's going to be like a huge gains because, you know, AI data centers need RAM.
Almost called the bottom exactly. And I guess the question is,
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like this is going to slow down eventually, though.
something here? Is it the endorsement itself that was, you know, caused it to run like that? Should we view it as advice when the president talks positively about a company to go invest in it? I mean, these are all questions that come to mind when you see a chart like this. But not everything is so clear-cut, black and white, right? Where the president buys, the president talks, and then it just goes to the moon. Before you set up your Trump stock tracker account, it's worth looking at a couple examples where things don't go so well. I want to show
Talking about that, once in a while, I see Critical Moist post a video saying something along the lines, "My Trump phone never came."
you one of the
It's him crying.
kind of bad ones. This is Thermo Fisher. So on March 11th, the White House announces that President Trump participates in a site visit at Thermo Fisher Scientific. This is March 11th.
The fuck is that?
Some great information about this incredible company, please.
And when you go to his disclosures, turns out he had been buying Thermo Fisher prior to that, including, by the way, on March 11th. So there's a purchase on the same day as the president's actual visit. The purchase, you can see there, March 11th, and it was apparently for $15,000 to $50,000. The nature of these disclosures is they don't tell you exactly how much was purchased, they just give you a range. But when you line these up on the actual trading activity, this actually is a pretty bad trade. Like, this does not end up going well. That, of course, doesn't mean it wasn't corrupt, just like when things go well, it doesn't necessarily mean it was corrupt. But it's worth emphasizing that, like, some of the time, there's just money being lost here. And then now let's talk about probably, I think, the most egregious example, and also the funniest one. This is Palantir. So, Trump...
Boo! I'll have you know, my whole channel hates Palantir. I don't know a single person on my YouTube channel that doesn't hate Palantir.
famously tweeted out,
US as the customer needs RAM. FAI. Fuck AI.
the stock ticker symbol of Palantir Technologies, like PLTR, has proven to have great warfighting capabilities and equipment. Just ask our enemies. President DJT. So
DJT.
everyone thought this was really weird, and then it gets weirder when you realize the president was a bad...
I mean, Palantir has connections with Iran. They got connections with Iran. They got connections with Israel. To be honest, by the way, I never took my tinfoil hat. I low-key believe that Palantir actually, they manufacture wars around the world so they could benefit from it to get people to invest into them. I honestly think they push propaganda too. They have to be.
Like, he had bought high and then started selling low when the stock went down.
I mean, if you look at JD Vance actually changed his name. And he was working on a company which he was barely doing anything. And Palantir was funding him the whole time. Like, I honestly, personally think that Palantir actually made JD Vance. They want him to... what's going to happen? But I don't know. He basically got funded and made into who he is by Palantir.
Which is, always a good move.
I have my
suspicions. When it
suspicions.
rallies as it goes up, and then it dips way down, and this little moment is when the president, shills the stock, which I think is, really bad. I mean, again, maybe he had no idea he was sitting on a bag of Palantir that had just dropped. That's definitely possible. But the record is just pretty ugly here, I would say.
Let's look it up. How is... JD Vance is closely connected to Palantir Technologies to long-standing professional and financial ties and companies. Co-founder Peter Thiel, Thiel Billionaire Ventures capitalists provide critical mentorship and funding that launches Vance's career, including recruiting him to Teal's investment firm capital in 2015 and donating $50 million to Vance successfully in 2022 Senate campaign. This relationship have drawn intense scrutiny as Palantir secures billions of federal government contracts under Trump-Vance administration, raising concerns about surveillance and data privacy. Critics, including figures that Steve Bannon and Joe Rogan, view Vance as a conduit for Thiel's influence, while Vance has defended the ties standing in Palantir's private company that provides useful services but does not endorse all acts. Yeah, I think JD Vance was literally made by Palantir. I'll be honest. If he becomes president, it's going to be over. Like surveillance, it's like it's gonna go shit is gonna go completely down.
Where buy all-time high, sell low, buy more, chill at the lows, and then it keeps kind of going lower. I mean, I don't really know what this says, but I don't know if it is our president. I don't know that he's a great stock trader. If it's a third party, I think the third party is not necessarily, a great stock trader. But this just all looks really ugly. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to see. You don't want to wonder whether your president is, tweeting about something because he's pumping the bags of stock portfolio, or if he actually means something. And this is the most lukewarm take. I mean, you noticed when the president was calling out Congress, everybody stood up, including Congress, because it's just an undeniably obvious position to hold. No one could possibly disagree with the idea that you do not want corruption, right? And so that's why we're giving the biggest worm award to Jim Cramer today, ladies and gentlemen, because this guy had the opportunity to call this out. I mean, just basic stuff like, hey, maybe the president shouldn't trade stocks. And not only is that an obvious take, this is also a segment called Squawk on the Street in CNBC. I mean, their job is to talk about the squawk on the street. The whole idea is you're talking about the scuttlebutt. You're talking about the opinions of the day. And all of a sudden, this slow ball down the center of the plate, why do you have to do? What do you say?
What's the president, the U.S. government got in, he could sell it and give that
and
the
according
number.
to the filings, the president's been trading some intel in the quarter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the other guy's face.
Got nothing to say about it?
Dude, he looks scared for a second.
Did the guy short circuit? I mean, is he falling apart? The last brain cells of Jim Cramer dying in slow motion? Is this trade?
Yeah, trade.
I mean, speak, Jim. I like how this guy, he has a big old fat smile on his face. He knows this is uncomfortable for Jimmy.
But
yeah. All right, don't worry. We're not having technical difficulties here, everybody, but we gotta go.
Wow. And they just closed the segment like that? Like, hey, Jim Cramer short circuits live on air when asked about presidential trades. And we just go to break? Like, isn't this Squawk on the Street? Don't we discuss? That's the whole idea of the entire show. That's why this show literally exists. Unbelievable.
We gotta go.
Jim, we'll see you tonight.
I thought we were the, financial news guys. Are we afraid to talk about financial news when it's the president? All of a sudden, we're not willing to talk about it. That's off limits. Making fun of Nancy Pelosi, that we all stand up for. Everybody stands up for making fun of Nancy Pelosi, myself included. But all of a sudden, it's the president. We can't talk about it. What's going on, guys? Is this North Korea? I mean, what's happening? You ask for comments from the two groups, and it's like very similar. Both say, hey, we have nothing to do with it. I don't know why we don't just treat apples to apples here, right? So yeah, I just thought this was obviously dumb. I mean, when you investigate it, it looks like some of these
That motherfucker got the whole fucking tinfoil whole connection shit.
Some of the Thermo Fisher ones are not good. Dell Technologies did go well.
He for real on this shit.
Really well. It's just kind of a mixed bag, but an ugly one. I personally don't want presidents, Congress people, anyone in Washington should not be holding anything other than an index fund. Why should these people be able to pick stocks if they're regulating the industry that those stocks are in? Doesn't make sense to me, but I think things are a bit different in Washington.
Well, shit.
This is the worst cover-up of my life.
There we go.
Oh no, the wrestling did a poopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Don't fucking know. Alright, I'm gonna go offline. Hopefully tomorrow I'll play more freaking Final Fantasy. I got distracted today. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be here tomorrow. Night.